The following programs were originally aired live, long before the advent of high fidelity, and they were recorded using a variety of means, from direct recording onto early audio tape and glass records, to simply placing the microphone of a wire recorder in front of the speakers of a radio playing the program. I hope, however, that any variance in audio quality will not take away from your pleasure in listening to these, some of the all-time favorite shows.
The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
The Reynolds Aluminum Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. The Reynolds Metals Company, makers of Reynolds Aluminum, presents Fibber McGee and Molly, transcribed with Bill Thompson, Arthur Q. Bryant, Dick LeGrand, Gil Stratton Jr., and me, Harlow Wilcox. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Keith Fowler and directed by Max Hutto, with music by the King's Men and Billy Mills Orchestra. If houses could talk, yes, if houses could talk, they'd be asking many a homeowner to make a special resolution for this new year. They'd say, resolved, that never again shall rain or melted snow pour off my eaves and down my walls, to freeze for people to slip on in winter, to make mud for kids to track in summer. They'd say every home deserves good, tight, rust-proof gutters and downspouts. Yes, rust-proof, because a rusted, leaking gutter can be worse than none at all. Well, now, of course, the answer is Reynolds Lifetime Aluminum gutters and downspouts. They cost much less than any other rust-proof material. They go up so easily without any soldering. And they look really handsome, forever, without painting. Make a resolution now to put up Reynolds Lifetime Aluminum gutters. See your local dealer or write to the Reynolds Metals Company, Louisville 1, Kentucky. Year after year, a certain citizen of Wistful Vista has tried to wangle an invitation to the New Year's Eve dance at the country club, with no luck. But today is different, because look who's bursting through the front door now with a loud mouthful of happy talk as we join Fibber McGee and Molly.
Hey, Molly. Hey, Molly. Hey, Molly.
Here I am, McGee. What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. Everything's right. Kiddo, I'm carrying the biggest piece of news since Paul Revere left the livery stable. We are going to the dance at the country club tonight.
You're joshing.
I'm not joshing. Not only that, my dear. We're going as old man McDonald, the president of the Third National Bank, and his wife's guests.
Oh, McGee.
Yes, sir.
I've been dreaming of that country club dance for years.
Well, this is it.
Well, now, if this turns out to be a joke by the Seven Sisters of Maud Murphy, you'll regret it.
You just listen, kiddo. I'll tell you how it happened. I was driving back this morning from 2 holes of golf.
Yeah?
I lost my ball on the third. And there, stalled beside the road, was old man McDonald's car. You know, that big black limousine that looks like it's on its way to a gangster funeral?
I know the one.
Well, old man McDonald had his head in the hood, see? And he was littering the highway with dirty spark plugs and dirtier language. Well, I stopped and went over to him.
Friendly, was he?
Well, we exchanged greetings. I said, having trouble? He said, no, I stopped here for a picnic, you idiot.
This begins to have the ring of truth, McGee. Go on.
Finally, he yanked out the carburetor and threw it at a nearby gopher, and we got to talking.
What did he say?
He said he started for the country club on account of he was chairman of the dance committee and wanted to check the decorations.
Now I see. You drove him to the club.
Right. There and back. Oh, he was real grateful, kiddo. Softened up like a bar of soap in a Turkish bath.
And that's when he invited us to the dance,
Yep,
huh?
while we were out at the club. He even gave me one of his special Corona Balloon cigars. You know, the kind he only hands out to personal friends about the size of a salami.
Well, you never mind the Corona baloney now. We're really going to the country club,
You
huh?
betcha. We're mixing with the E-Light tonight, baby. And you'll be the belle of the ball. That's what you'll be, the Bella.
Oh. Oh, McGee, it's like a wonderful dream.
Yeah, me too.
For years we've tried to get invited to that dance.
Yeah.
So you don't think we'll be snubbed when we get there.
Them snobs snub us? You're the guy that old man McDonald gave a Corona Balloon cigar to his wife. That means we're in, kiddo. This is it. The rest of them may be the upper crust, but old man McDonald is the caraway seed on the top of it. Why, with him behind us, Molly, we...
Come in.
Hi, daughter. Hi, Johnny. Hello there, kids.
Well, hello, Mr. Oldtimer.
Hi, old-timer.
What you doing for New Year's Eve, kids?
Oh.
Want to come out with me and throw rocks at the street lamps?
Not us. We're going to the dance at the country club, boy.
Oh, too bad. I was counting on you.
Yeah?
I ain't had a real big New Year's Eve since I was with that old gang of mine.
Oh, dear.
Oh, I sure miss them kids.
Really?
Gee, but I'd give the world to see that old gang of...
Oh, Don't get carried away.
Oh, what a great old gang.
Yeah?
There was Eddie and Jim and Teddy and Slim. There was Iggy and Mike and Piggy and Hortense Mandelbaum.
Hortense Mandelbaum. Why would she want to be in the gang?
Just got tired of being a campfire girl. The fun we had on New Year's Eve.
Yeah?
The old gang had us a two-piece band, kids.
Yeah?
And every year we played for the dance at the Daughters of the Volunteer Firemen's Hall.
A two-piece band, huh? Must have been pretty sad music with just two instruments.
Oh, we had plenty of instruments, Johnny.
Oh?
But we could only play two pieces.
Yeah.
Old Lang Syne and John Brown's body lies a moldering in the grave.
And you played those two all evening?
Nope. We saved Old Lang Syne until midnight. The rest of the time, John Brown's soul went marching on at different speeds.
Well, I'm glad I wasn't there to hear that.
Johnny, until you've heard John Brown's body played as a rumba, you just ain't lived. It was cool, man.
Real George, eh?
I'm sure it was delightful.
One year we figured out a special stunt.
Yeah?
I dressed up as the New Year's baby with a bed sheet wrapped around my middle.
Well, that's a novel idea.
At midnight, the crowd stopped dancing. The boys struck up Should Old Acquaintance Be Forgot. I walked out on the stage, and the end of my sheet got caught in a xylophone.
And you kept walking?
Yep, and my sheet kept unwinding. I was one old acquaintance that crowd never forgot. Happy New Year!
Billy Mills in the orchestra and Glowworm.
excited about tonight, McGee.
Yeah, you said it, me too.
The country club dance at last.
Yeah.
Ah, that's high society.
Yeah. You stick with me, Tootsie, and I'll get you into society so high your nose will bleed.
My, I've just got a million things to do this afternoon.
Yeah.
I'll go to the beauty shop.
And I'll go to the barber shop.
Oh, I can't wait to spread the word around at the beauty shop.
Yeah, and I'll spread the word around at the barber shop, too. And the Elks Club, and Kramer's drugstore, and any place else I can trap an audience. Boy, will I tell Doc Gamble.
Oh, when I tell Mabel, too. Who's that?
Oh, looks like the kid from Kramer's drugstore. Come in.
Hello, Ed. Come in.
Hello, Mrs. McGee. Hi, Mr. McGee.
Oh, hi, Eddie.
I can't stay but a minute. I was out delivering stuff for Mr. Kramer this morning, and I lost something somewhere, so I was kind of backtracking.
Well, you didn't come here today, Ed.
Well, I didn't think so, but, gosh, I stopped to see my new girl for a minute this morning, and I kind of got absent-minded. Mr. Kramer was pretty sore when I came back without it.
What, Ed? What'd you lose?
His truck. Well, I left it someplace.
My gosh, boy, you must have got absent-minded.
Sounds like quite a girl, Ed.
Oh, Virginia's real dreamy, Mrs. McGee.
Yeah?
Yes, sir. We're going to the football game tomorrow. Wistful Vista College plays Slow Rapids Agricultural in the Rhubarb Bowl.
Well, that ought to be a titanic struggle.
Oh, Virginia's one of the cheerleaders. Twirls the baton, too.
Oh.
Sounds like a talented girl.
Oh, sure is. Her girlfriends claim that she's got a swelled head, but she hasn't really.
Oh?
It's just a little lumpy from the baton falling on it. Oh, I wish you could come to the game tomorrow and watch her work.
Well, we'll be out late tonight, Edward. The country club dance, you know.
Oh,
we're
you
going-
should see her go. Oh, she sort of throws her head back and her golden curls kind of stream out in the breeze, and she opens her little rosebud mouth and says, "Break their backs, break their necks, turn them into total wrecks." Oh, gee.
Yeah. Sounds very glamorous, Ed. You think the team will win tomorrow?
Well, we could, Mr. McGee. We haven't won a game this year so far.
My goodness, must be a pretty terrible team.
No, we got some darn good players in there. There's a halfback named Crazy Legs Brown who's a great runner, and an end named Crazy Hands Jones who's a great pass catcher.
Well, then how come they never win a game?
Well, I think it's the fault of the quarterback, the way he calls the signals.
Oh?
His name is Crazy Head Smith. Well, I better get back to Virginia's. Back to Kramer's. Goodbye now.
Yeah, well, so long, Ed.
Isn't he cute,
Yeah.
McGee? You know, when those youngsters fall in love, they really forget everything.
Mr. McGee, excuse me.
Yeah, Ed.
What did I come by here for?
Kramer's truck, remember?
Oh, that's right. I lost it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Where were we when he came in?
Well, we were talking about all the things I have to do this afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
Take your tux to have it cleaned.
Yeah.
Go to the beauty shop. Say, do you think I ought to wear a corsage tonight?
Not with your figure, kiddo. You don't have to strap yourself into one of them whalebone jackets.
McGee, a corsage is a bunch of flowers.
Oh, corsage. Oh, sure, I'll get you some flowers. Yeah, not a little dinky bunch either. How'd you like a double chrysanthemum to stick in your hair? Or maybe a horseshoe of roses to hang around your neck?
No, dearie, all I want is an orchid. Just one teeny orchid.
Oh, just one orchid. Okay, if you say... Hey, I'll call Bagley's Flower Shop and tell them to send one over right away. Hello, operator. Give me Bagley's Flower Shop. That's B-A-G. Is that you, Mert?
Oh,
How's every little thing, Mert? It is, eh? What's that, Mert? Your brother went hunting. Oh, shot a wild lion down, eh?
he was shooting wild lions in Africa?
No, ducks at Dugan's Lake. Shot standing up for a while, and then he shot a wild lion down. What's that, Mert? Yeah, well, I didn't do it right anyway. Okay. The line's busy. I'll call him later.
We can stop by there. You
Yeah.
better get the car out and I'll put on my face.
Okay.
Hello, Molly. Hi, pal.
Hello, Mr. Wilcox.
Hi, Junior. I'd ask you to sit down, except for two things. One, you're already sitting down, and two, get up. We're getting ready to leave.
We are going to the country club dance, Mr. Wilcox.
Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh.
I and Molly are going to be the guests tonight of old man and Mrs. McDonald, the banking family, you know.
Oh, yeah. Say, that's a pretty fancy crowd, that country club set.
Yeah, my friend Mac was telling me they're leaving next week for a vacation trip, Junior. Wanted me to come along, but he didn't say so.
His friend Mac, that's Mr. Old Man McDonald.
Well, say, I could tell him about a wonderful spot, pal.
Yeah?
One of the most beautiful winter vacation places of all. The island of Jamaica in the West Indies.
Jamaica, huh? Well, come on, Molly, let's get
The
going.
winter vacationer will find everything in Jamaica, kids. Golden beaches, palm trees, luxurious hotels. You can get a travel folder on Jamaica by just writing for it, pal.
Oh, you can?
Sure. All you do is write Jamaica on a postcard with your name and address and send it to Box 319, Radio City, New York 20, New York. That's Box 319, Radio City, New York, New York. You'll not only find a beautiful vacation spot, but you'll find something else that's very important, too.
What's that, Mr. Wilcox?
Bauxite.
You got indigestion, son?
Bauxite, pal, is the ore from which aluminum is made.
Oh, you're always sticking your oar in, Junior.
You see, Jamaica has the world's largest deposits of bauxite.
Gesundheit.
Yes, and Reynolds Jamaica Mines Limited has pioneered in their development.
Now he's sneaking the Reynolds boys in by way of Jamaica. Come on, let's sneak out of here, Molly. We gotta get...
The Reynolds Metals Company is building a huge new processing plant near Corpus Christi, Texas, right now, to take care of that Jamaica bauxite.
Oh?
They already have an aluminum plant there with a capacity of 160 million pounds a year.
Well, I'm glad they're getting a new one. Must have been awful cramped in that little old 160 million joint. Well, grab your hat, Molly. We got to...
And wait a minute. At Arkadelphia, Arkansas, another new Reynolds aluminum plant will add 120 million pounds yearly.
Hardly worth mentioning. Grab your tux.
Yeah.
In 1953, the Reynolds Metals Company will reach a total production capacity of 829 million pounds a year.
Wow.
Think of it. 829 million pounds of aluminum.
Yeah, that ain't tin. Well, grab your coat, Molly. We got to get...
Well, that's Reynolds' New Year's report to the nation.
Yeah.
More aluminum, more vitally needed aluminum.
Yeah.
You want more figures? More statistics?
No. Just more silence. That's McGee's New Year's report to Wilcox. More silence. More vitally needed silence.
Somewhere back there you mentioned Jamaica, Mr. Wilcox. It sounds lovely, and if any of those country club people mention winter vacations, I'll see that McGee tells them where to go.
Well, I hope he gets a chance before they tell him where to go. So long, kids.
Well, I'll back the car out, Molly. You put on your coat and let's get on downtown.
Now, let's see. I left my evening slippers at the shoe shop. Your tux will be ready. Oh, there's Mrs. Spradley's limousine.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Mrs. Spradley. See you at the country club dance tonight. Her car windows were closed.
Yeah. Going 40 miles an hour, too. What were you saying?
I say your tux will be ready when we start home.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. Oh, hello, Dr. Gamble.
Well, season's greetings, my dear. Hiya, Clodhead.
Hello, Satchel Bottom. I'd like to stop and gab with you, but I find it too dull. So long.
Hey, wait a minute. What's the hurry?
Tell him, Molly, tell him.
Well, you'll be interested to know that we're going to the country club dance tonight, Doctor.
Oh, well, congratulations. I didn't know you moved in those circles.
Well, we will from now on, Beltbuster. Must seem pretty impressive to a guy that the only circles he moves in are the ones his tummy makes as he waddles along on his little duck feet.
Where'd you get the invitation, Molly? It was you they invited, of course.
It was not.
Oh?
For your information, and boy, do I love to do this to you. Old man McDonald asked me.
Good heavens, that twitch of his must be worse than I thought. Seemed all right yesterday, but I better go
Now,
and
wait
see
a
him.
minute. Quit crying, you big faker. Look how scared he is, Molly. He's afraid I'll start taking my business to Dr. Goldenrod, the society doctor. But don't worry, little boy, don't worry. I'll still drop into your humble office now and then and let you give me a check.
Oh, thank you. That's more than you've given me since 1939.
You'll probably see our pictures in the society news tomorrow, Fatso. That country club bunch is my type of people, you know.
My heart bleeds for them.
I like the type of people that know how to enjoy living. There's some very high livers in that crowd, boy.
Yes, and some very low stomachs. Good seeing you, Molly. Goodbye.
So long,
Hi,
Pat.
The King's Men with wonderful Copenhagen and no two people.
Copenhagen, Copenhagen, Copenhagen. Hagen. Wonderful, 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 wonderful Copenhagen. Friendly old girl of a town. Neath her tavern light on this merry night, let us clink and drink one down. To wonderful, wonderful Copenhagen, saw the old queen of the sea. Once I sailed away, but I'm home today, singing Copenhagen. Wonderful, wonderful Copenhagen for me. Wonderful, wonderful Copenhagen. What a town, what a sweet, wonderful town. What a merry, merry sight on this merry, merry night. Let us clink and drink one down. Come on and drink her down to wonderful, wonderful Copenhagen. Saw the old queen of the sea. Once I sailed away, away, but I'm home again today in the arms of the only one I love.
Two people have ever been so in love. Been so in love.
Been so in love.
I'm telling you, no two people have ever been so in love as my lovey-dove and me. This is unique, the positive peak.
Oh, we are the most unusual couple in
No two people have ever mooned such a moon, such a
June, such a June. Spoon, such a spoon.
I mean to say, no two people have ever been so in tune as my macaroon and I. And when we kiss,
And when we kiss,
and when we kiss,
and when we kiss, it's historical, hysterical, cataclysmic.
wow.
No two people have ever been so in love, been so in love, been so in love as we. No wonder it's wonderful here in Copenhagen for me.
Hurry up, dearie. I'm due at the beauty shop.
Yeah, I want to get that barber shop. Oh, wait. I want to tell Ole about tonight. Hey, Ole. Hi, boy.
Hello, missus. You too, McGee.
Hello, Ollie.
We haven't got time to stop and talk, Ole. We're going to the country club dance.
Well, I didn't holler at you, McGee. You was the fella that hollered at me.
Yeah, well,
I was just stood here sweeping off the Elks Club steps, and you hollered, hey, Ole, hi, boy. Ain't that so, missus?
That's right, Ollie.
Yeah.
And don't call me boy.
Well, I just wanted to tell you that I and Molly...
Move the feet, McGee. I'm sweeping.
Oh. Well, anyhow, I and Molly are going to the country club dance tonight with my old friend, Old Man McDonald.
Your old friend?
Yeah.
That's the old man McDonald that last week you left your umbrella in the shower, and after he sat on it, he chases you clear around the lobby trying to stab you with it? That old friend?
Well, we were just playing.
Maybe you were playing, but if I didn't trip McDonald with a pool cue, I'd be one of your pallbearers. No. Move the feet, McGee.
Huh? Oh. Well, if anybody's looking for me around here tonight, Ole, you know, Wimp or Mort Toops or anybody, just tell them I and Molly are at the country club dance, will you?
Give your wife my regards, Ollie, and Happy New Year to you both.
Well, thank you, missus. And to you, I say Happy New Year, too. And to you, McGee, all I can say is move the cockeyed feet.
Oh. So, if you give me a good job of barbering, Frank, I'll throw all my friends at the country club's business your way. Hey, watch that razor, boy. I got tender ears.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah. Give me another hot towel first. I figure a guy ought to look his best for a country club dance. My wife's over at the beauty shop getting the works. Like I said to my old friend, Old Man McDonald, you call that a hot towel, Frank? Give me a hot one.
Yes, sir.
Mac, I said, if I was you, I'd take the $40 million and I'd have me invest it for you. Because
Hot towel.
Now!
Now, just relax, Mrs. McGee, and I'll give you your facial.
All right, go ahead.
I'll pack the cream firmly into the skin, dear.
When we get to the country club dance tonight with Mr. and Mrs. McDonald, I want to look my best.
Oh, you will, dear. Your skin is just a little dry, but
Well,
it'll be...
I'm sure you'll fix it beautifully. You did such a wonderful job on my friend Mabel Toops. When she came in here last week, her face looked like a cheap alligator purse.
Yes, I remember.
But when you got through with her, it looked like fine, expensive leather.
There you are, Mr. McGee. Shave, haircut, and a singe. Anything else?
Yeah. Douse me with the most expensive smelling stuff you got in the shop, Frank.
Yes, sir. Coming up.
You about ready to go, McGee? It's 6:30.
Any minute, kiddo. Well, come on, slap it on, Frank. Boy, that smells great. Hey, Molly, can you smell it?
Oh, indeed I can, dearie.
Yeah. Back up about 3 steps, will you? You smell it now?
Yes, I can.
Well, back up a little more. You still smell it?
No, I can't smell it outside here.
Well, come on, douse me again, bud. I want them country clubbers to know I'm coming the minute I hit the driveway. Dead rat, these bow ties anyhow. Collar keeps popping open and... there. If I can keep that collar closed till I get my tie tied now.
Well, I'm all ready to go, McGee. How do I look? What time is it and how you doing?
Well, beautiful, 8:30, and awful. I can't get my bow tie tied.
Here, let Mother do it. Hold your chin up. Now hold up the other one. That's it. Men don't know how to tie ties.
Well,
There you are. You look so handsome.
Oh, sure.
What an evening this will be. That was certainly a lucky break this morning when Mr. McDonald's car broke down.
Yeah, well, I'll get your coat.
How does my dress look in the back? All right?
Oh, it looks wonderful.
Oh.
You'll be the darling of the social set tonight.
Oh?
If you could have saw me walking around that country club this morning, waving that Corona Valuna cigar and criticizing the decorations, you'd have been so proud. Just when we're trying to leave. Come in.
Hey, daughter. Hey, Johnny, did you hear the news? A fire, big fire.
Fire?
Where?
I just come from watching it, kid.
Where?
The country club. Burned to the ground.
The country club? Why, that can't burn down. We're going
Oh,
out.
it was quite a sight, kids. Clean to the ground.
Oh, this is awful. Do they know what caused it?
The insurance people are working on it now, son.
Yeah?
Seems like somebody laid a Corona Balloon cigar down this morning that fell in a pile of decorations. Smoldered a while.
Oh, this is just sickening.
Burned clean to the ground.
Fibber and Molly return in a moment. To all of you, when you sing Auld Lang Syne tomorrow night, we hope you are surrounded by good friends, by old acquaintances who should not be forgot. That's the human side of living. But in material things, what you look for always is the new, the better way. And in your kitchen, in all your cooking and food keeping, that means Reynolds Wrap. The original and genuine, the pure aluminum foil. Make sure you start the new year right by stocking up on Reynolds Wrap at your grocer's. He has it in standard 25-foot rolls and in jumbo economy rolls 75 feet. Ask for it by name, Reynolds Wrap. Made by the world's largest producers of aluminum foil, the Reynolds Metals Company.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you have better luck with your New Year's Eve plans than Molly and I did.
Yes, but whatever your plans for seeing the new year in, please be careful.
And whatever you do, drive carefully.
Please drive carefully. Don't get hurt. It's not a very happy new year when you look at it from a hospital bed.
Good night, and Happy New Year.
Good night, all.
The Reynolds Metals Company, pioneers of progress through aluminum, brings you Fibber, McGee, and Molly each week at this time. Reynolds Aluminum also brings you Mr. Peepers, starring Wally Cox on NBC television Sunday nights. See your local paper for time and channel. And don't forget to be with us again next Tuesday night. Good night.
Transcribed. Tonight, play Two for the Money with Herb Schreiner on NBC. The Fibber, McGee, and Molly Show. NBC and Paper Make Pens bring you Fibber, McGee, and Molly transcribed. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Ralph Goodman and directed by Max Hutton. We'll join Fibber and Molly in just a moment. The tradition of religious freedom and of religious worship in America goes back to the very founding of our country. The cornerstone of our Declaration of Independence is the statement that all men are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. So in these days of world crisis, when our nation and all its citizens need spiritual strength and guidance, all of us should think again of what religion means to us and to our country. More than anything else, it is religious faith that protects our families, our homes, and our nation. It is religious faith that makes our way of life possible. And it is religious faith that makes that way of life worthwhile. During this month of November, people of many faiths are joining in a great Religion in American Life campaign. Be sure to attend and support the church or synagogue of your choice. Light their life with faith. Bring them to worship this week. When Mr. A.G. Bell brought the human voice and the telephone transmitter together, he really started something. Get a load of a local subscriber killing a few idle hours right now.
Yeah, Herb, Molly's at her club meeting. Been gone all afternoon. Yeah, sure, you know how the girls are when they get to gabbing at them meetings. They're probably having a discussion on the question of having less discussion between discussions so they can have more time for discussion. Oh, I think she's coming in the back way now, Herb. I'll see you at the Elks tonight. So long. Is that you, kiddo, or...
The grocery boy!
Oh, it's you, old-timer.
Who are you expecting, son? Or ain't you expecting?
I was expecting Molly. She's at her ladies' club meeting, and...
I know. I just came from there, Johnny. Delivered some groceries to Mrs. Spradley. Never heard so much arguing in my life.
About parliamentary procedure?
No, about the grocery bill. Bill's too high, Miss Spradley says.
Oh?
I says, Miss Spradley, I says, I don't make 'em out, I just collect 'em, I says. $59, please.
That's a very witty answer.
She says, don't talk so loud. I have a meeting going on in the den. So I says, in the den? I says, and she says, yes, in the den. And I says, what is it, the Lions Club?
Boy, they ought to put you on the stage. Better still, they ought to put you under the stage, in the trunk.
So then she says, don't talk so loud, please.
Yeah?
I'll discuss the grocery bill with you some other time, she says.
So what'd you say?
I says, Miss Bradley, I says, if you ain't got the money for the grocery bill, maybe one of the girls out there will loan you the $59 because...
Because what?
That's as far as I got, Johnny. When I come to the word $59, she clapped her hand over my mouth with three $20 bills in it, and she shut me up like a saloon on election day.
And you're a pretty smart bill collector.
Yep. Oh, I almost forgot.
Huh?
I seen your little woman over there at that meeting, and she sent you a message.
Molly, what'd she say?
Said if you wasn't busy, you could pound the round steak for her and peel some onions. Said she'd be a little late.
Oh, boy, steak and onions.
That's the round steak there. I just brung it.
Good. I wonder what she uses to pound it with.
Got yourself a scout axe?
An axe? Well, that'd cut it to ribbons. You don't know much about cooking, do you?
Nope. You don't know our round steak either. Happy chopping, son.
So long. Hello? Oh, thought we were cut off. No, Herb, she's not home yet. Oh, your wife, too, huh? You said it. Hold it, Herb. She's at the door now. Come on in, kiddo. It's not locked. Hang on, Herb. I'll meet you in the kitchen, Molly. I'm on the phone. You can get dinner started if you want to. I'm starving. Steaks are all pounded and ready to go in the skillet. Looks like I may live after all, Herb. Nah, I never say anything to her. I just look kind of hurt when she's late like this. Yeah. Well, I'll see you at the Elks tonight. Bye, Herb. All you got to do is season them steaks and throw them in the skillet. I hate to put you to work the minute you come in, but gee whiz, it's 5:30.
Oh, that's okay, Mr. McGee. I love to cook.
My gosh. Hey, what are you doing with that meat?
Hi, mister. You like a lot of cinnamon on your steak, Mr. McGee? Do you like it, a lot of cinnamon?
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 No, of course not.
Oh.
Look, Jeannie, I'm afraid there's been a little misunderstanding here. I thought you were Mrs. McGee.
Oh. You mean you don't want me to cook your dinner, Mr. McGee?
Well,
Gee, I could cook it just wonderful, I betcha.
well, I'm sure you could, sis. Although cinnamon steak is kind of a new idea. But you see, Jeannie...
Say, Mr. McGee, I bet you Richard will like cinnamon on his steak when I grow up and we get married. I bet you will, I bet you.
Richard, huh?
Is
that the Richard that delivers our paper, Jeannie?
Sure. He's an older man, of course.
Oh?
He's 12. I'm going to marry him when I grow up, Mr. McGee.
Oh, I see. Does he know about this?
Oh, no.
Oh?
No, mister. I haven't told Richard. My mom always says the husband is the last to know, she always says.
Oh, I see. Well, I don't think she was talking about...
Besides, Richard's got a bicycle. He might get away.
That's a pretty smart move.
A girl can't be too careful these days, mister, I always say.
Yeah, I've heard you say that, sis.
Because did you know that the ratio of eligible males to eligible females is only 1 1/3 men for 5 of us girls? Did you know that?
Is that so? Where'd you get them statistics?
I got that from the Saturday Evening Post, I betcha.
You mean Saturday Evening Post?
No.
Oh?
No, I mean the lady who comes over every Saturday night to play cards with my mama. That's what my daddy calls her. Saturday Evening Post.
Oh, yeah. Well, your old man, or your father... Say, that sounds like your fiancé now, Teeny.
Oh, boy, that's him. Hey, Richard! Richard, it's me. Wait for me, Richard. Can I run behind your bicycle, Richard?
They sure make a handsome couple. Well, I hope Richard likes cinnamon on his steak, because, boy, he's going to get it with...
Hey, I'm home. Come on out in the kitchen, dearie. I'll get dinner started.
Oh, hi, kiddo. You almost lost me. A very nice-looking young lady just dropped in here and offered to cook my dinner for me. But I said no.
Yes, I saw her chasing a bicycle. Well, I'm sorry I'm late, sweetheart, but the meeting went on. What are you doing with the pen, McGee?
My paper, mate? Oh, just popping the point in and out. Look at that. Just flick a button and it's ready to write. Flick it again and it's out of the way.
You do have fun, don't you? You know, that's one of the first things that caught my eye about the Papermate pen. No cap to get lost.
The thing that caught my eye was no more ink smeared all over my hands and clothes and in my hair and on the rug and
You're the boy who can throw it around, too.
Not with the Papermate, though, because this pen can't leak. You can't smear Papermate writing because it dries the minute it hits the paper.
That's why school principals all over the country approve it.
And bankers, too, don't forget. Papermate pens are used in over 7,000 banks every day.
Imagine.
Just look at that baby. And it cost only $1.69. So look, if you haven't got a Papermate pen, rush right out and buy one. Once you try a Papermate, you'll see why it's approved by bankers and educators and millions of Papermate users.
More steak, dearie?
No, I'm fine. I was starving.
Well, I'm sorry I was so late, but you know how those meetings are. We had a lot to talk about today, too.
Oh, sure, I know. First we call the meeting to order, and then we call the roll, and then Mrs. McDonald ain't here, so we all start to work on her private life. After we get Mrs. McDonald cut up like a watermelon on a fish fry, one of the girls leaves the room. She shouldn't have to have done that. Because by the time she gets back, she's been worked over from the seams in her nylons to the henna in her rinse.
Now, that's not true, McGee, and it's not very funny either.
Excuse me.
We don't gossip. We had this meeting today to work out plans to raise money for our Christmas fund for needy youngsters.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. There were a lot of suggestions for raising money, but none of them were practical.
Like what, for instance?
Well, Monica Miller suggested we go door to door selling kisses for $1.
Kisses?
Yes, but then someone remembered that all the men are out working during the day and the housewives wouldn't be interested.
Oh, well, I'm glad that one was nipped in the bud. I'm not having my wife go around from door to door kissing strange men.
Harriet said that since only housewives are home during the day, maybe some of the men could go around selling the kisses.
Hmm?
You know, the men who had time, like you and Mort Toops.
Well, to raise money for poor little kids for Christmas, for a wonderful cause like that, I might be willing
Don't get too excited, lover. The suggestion was voted down.
Whom by?
Mrs. McGee and Mrs. Toops.
Oh, them.
The thing we finally decided on to raise money is the investment method.
The whatment?
Well, we have $80 in our treasury, and we have exactly 8 members. So we split up the money, $10 each.
Split it up. Oh, so the heck with the Christmas fund, huh? We split...
No. We're each going to invest our $10, make money with it, and turn the profits and the 10 back for the Christmas fund. See, here's my 10.
Hey, that's a pretty cute idea. Like buying stocks and bonds, huh?
Well, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Only most of the girls are going to invest in materials and make things like aprons and cookies and cakes and pot holders. Things they can sell around the neighborhood.
Well, by George, you come to the right guy, kiddo.
Huh?
I'll be tickled to death to handle this for you. Yeah, I'll run that $10 up to...
Oh, no.
Huh?
Heaven help me.
Don't you worry about a thing. I'll drop everything else I'm working on and just concentrate on making money for you with that $10. With my talent for spotting a good investment when I see it, I'll turn that 10 into 20, turn it into 100, and turn it into 1,000.
Let's just turn it in. Look, McGee, you know people take advantage of you.
Take advantage of me? When?
Well, how about last year?
Huh?
That crazy set of pots and pans that man invented. You were going to draw out our life savings and put the whole $40 in that.
What crazy set of pots and pans?
The ones with the 12-foot handles, so you could watch television in the living room while you cooked dinner in the kitchen.
Well, that opportunity's gone, but there'll be others. Believe me, your club don't know how lucky they are.
I'm sure they don't.
If I don't make $100 for you with that $10, by George, I'll eat my hat at high noon in the Bonton window in the corner of 14th and Oak. Is that a deal?
That's the deal. We could charge admission for that and raise a lot of money that way. Here you are. $9.50.
$9.50. Hey, where's the other half a buck?
I'm going to buy a bottle of ketchup.
Huh?
That old hat of yours will taste mighty flat without something on it.
Fibber and Molly will be right back. For 26 years, the National Broadcasting Company has been bringing the finest in entertainment, news, and education into your homes via radio stations from coast to coast. During this past quarter century, more people have enjoyed more programs on NBC than on any other network. Listeners know that when they tune to the station where they hear the familiar 3 NBC chimes, they are assured of hearing the very finest of all radio entertainment. Now, every Sunday afternoon on most of these same stations, you're invited to join us beside your radio for a full-hour concert from the stage of New York's Carnegie Hall by the NBC Symphony Orchestra under the direction of Arturo Toscanini. Each week, Maestro Toscanini will bring the musical magic, which is his alone, to the NBC airwaves as he conducts the NBC Symphony Orchestra. Treat yourself and your family to the world's greatest music directed by possibly the world's greatest conductor each week on the NBC Radio Network, the network which brings you the finest of all radio entertainment.
Well, that's another week.
Ah, yes.
We hope you all have a pleasant weekend.
Yep. And I'm telling all of you right now that by this time Monday, I bet you I'll have Molly's Ladies Club's Christmas funds $10 run up to, $30 or $40 maybe at least. Just for a starter. Yes, sir. $30 by Monday. That's my pledge.
That's my boy.
Good night.
Good night, all.
NBC and Paper Make Pens have brought you the Fibber, McGee, and Molly program transcribed. The Old Timers played by Bill Thompson, and this is John Wald inviting you to be with us next Monday night for another visit with Fibber, McGee, and Molly.
Weekday mornings, enjoy the Meredith Wilson Show on the NBC Radio Network.
The Fibber, McGee, and Molly Show. NBC and Paper Mate Pens bring you Fibber, McGee, and Molly transcribed. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Ralph Goodman and directed by Max Hutto. We'll join Fibber and Molly in just a moment. This Christmas, for just $1, you can give the gift of life itself to a hungry family overseas. For just $1, you can share your Christmas with fellow human beings, men and women and children whose only hope for Christmas is the hope of simply surviving, of defeating starvation, of just staying alive. Your dollar will send an 11-pound food package, the special CARE Dollar Food Kit. That's right, CARE will send in your name 11 pounds of life-giving food to a war-ravaged family whose lives depend on such gifts from you. This is government surplus food, made available to CARE by the Foreign Foods Administration. You pay only the shipping costs, $1. Don't put it off. The time is very short. Make your own Christmas happier by sharing with some hungry family overseas. Your gift of food may be the gift of life itself. Put $1 in an envelope with your name and address. Put as many dollars as you can afford in an envelope and send it to CARE, C-A-R-E, New York. We take you now to the Bonton Department Store in the city of Wistful Vista, where we join two slightly bewildered shoppers named Fibber McGee and Molly.
My goodness, this store is crowded today. Look at that mob over there at the elevators.
Boy, they're packing them in there like sardines. They'll have to open that door with a can opener and take them out with a fork.
Yeah.
Look at that guy with his stepladder trying to get on the elevator.
Attention, please. Attention, all shoppers. Elevator service in the basement has been temporarily suspended. The basement is full.
Come on, let's get started with our shopping so we won't have to battle our way around here too long. Have you got your list with you?
Yeah, you got yours?
In my purse.
Good.
Now remember, we agreed to shop separately and no peeking into each other's packages, right?
Right.
You know, it's no fun to know what you're going to get for Christmas before Santa Claus drops it down the chimney. Oh, speaking of Santa Claus, look, there he is.
Oh, yeah. Come on, let's go over there. Whoops, watch it, bud.
Oh, du weißt, wo steht Blablabla an der Stolpringlein in der Hebruck. Gib dich Wagenlinsk.
What'd he say?
I think he said, excuse me.
Niet, da kann das Stufen.
Yeah, it's crowded. Well, come on, Molly, let's talk to Santa Claus. I'm going to tell him what I want for Christmas.
Oh, let's not bother him. He's probably
Just for a gag, come on. Hi, Santa Claus. Remember me?
McGee, get off that poor man's lap.
I've been a good boy all year, Santa, and I'd like my stockings full of candy.
Okay, Johnny, but it'll sure be hard on your feet.
For goodness sakes, it's the old timer.
I thought them knees were awful bony.
Hi, daughter. Hi, Johnny. What's new?
Just doing some Christmas shopping, Mr. Oldtimer.
Yeah, so you're the Bonton Santa Claus, eh? How'd you ever wind up in a job like this?
Just unlucky, I guess. Sure like to get my hands on the fellow that was Santa Claus here last year, too.
Why?
All the stuff he promised the kids last Christmas and didn't deliver, I'm getting my shins kicked for this year.
No kidding. Got a rough bunch of boys, huh?
No, it's the girls that do the kicking, Johnny. The boys seem to be different this year.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. This must be kind of fun at that.
Well, leave us say it's an interesting experience, daughter. One little feller about 6 years old come in yesterday and clumb up on my lap, and he just snuggled down like a little kitten.
Oh.
Santa Claus, he says, I want to whisper in your ear. Close your eyes and listen, he says. I closed my eyes and leaned down and listened, and I just got kind of a warm feeling all over.
Kind of tugged at your heart, did he?
Nope, the little rat set fire to my beard.
Well, this job can be dangerous.
What kind of presents are they asking for this year, old-timer? Bicycles and electric trains, I suppose, as usual.
No, the kids of today have changed, son. They're growing up.
Yeah?
I've been getting a lot of requests from kids that say, Santa Claus, please bring me Betty Grable. It's got me worried.
Why should you worry?
Well, gee, I kind of had my heart set on that. Uh-oh, here come some more kids. Watch it.
We got to start shopping anyhow. Come on, Molly. See you later.
So long.
So
All
long.
right now, Sonny, you're next. Just tell old Sonny what you want in your stocking. If you say Betty Grable, I'll belt you with a bag of candy.
He's cute with the children, isn't he?
Yep.
Now, you go that way, dearie, and I'll go this way. And no fair following me.
No fair following me, too, either, because I got something very special in mind to buy you for Christmas, Tootsie.
Have you, dearie? What?
Nah, never you mind. This is going to be a real surprise this year. You just trot along.
Okay, lover. I'll stay away from you. I love surprises.
Wish I knew what the heck to get her this year. My ideas and my money don't jibe. Wish I could find a nice $10 diamond Tarara. Or maybe Ruth.
When you give your Christmas gifts this year, have you thought of the extra little luxury touch you can give any gift by adding a paper-made pen?
A paper-made pen is a gift that everyone appreciates because a paper-made is a gift that everyone can use. It's the pen that's approved by bankers and school principals. The pen that can't leak or smear or transfer.
Paper-made pens come in 7 different color stylings. They make mighty handsome color combinations with the fancy wrappings on your gift boxes. Just tie a paper-made pen on each package and see what a nice touch it adds to even the most expensive gift.
And don't forget that a paper-made pen all by itself makes a mighty welcome Christmas gift, too. You'll probably be scurrying around, as most of us are, buying gifts for the milkman, the postman.
Yeah, and Uncle Ed and Cousin Rod and Mrs. Jones's boy in the service.
And they'll all love paper-made pens. The paper-made comes with a free gift box, and you can buy them everywhere for only $1.69. And take a look at the paper-made desk set, too. It's a beauty.
So give a gift you know they like. Give a paper-made pen. Yes, that is a nice loud pattern. I'll take that shirt.
You've made a wise choice, madam.
I doubt that, but I'll take it anyhow. Will you gift wrap it for me, please?
Right away, madam.
Well, I hope McGee likes it.
Attention, shoe department. All clerks, shoe department. Kindly check all boxes before the customer leaves. One of you rum-dums stole my lunch.
I guess anything can happen in a busy place like this. Oh, Mabel Toops.
Hi, Ma. Haven't got a rocking chair with you, have you? Oh, I'm dead.
Me too. All I bought so far is a shirt for McGee. It's one of those California sports shirts. You know, the kind the picture people all wear?
Yeah.
With the long collar that comes clear down to here. Got palm trees on the pockets.
Oh, well, I don't know what to get from Art so far. He's so hard to buy clothes for. Nothing's ever right from Art.
Too particular, you mean?
No, his shape's so funny. The only thing I can buy him that fits him right is a necktie. What you going to get from Fib this year, you know?
No, he's going to surprise me, he says.
Oh, murder. Mort did that to me one Christmas. Big surprise, he says. Know what he bought me?
What?
Hand-painted abalone shell table lamp.
Oh, my.
With matching ashtrays, no less.
Oh, dear.
The painting on it was lovely. Clear around the shade, it said, "Greetings from Pismo Beach, California." I buried it in the backyard.
I don't blame you. It sounds pretty awful. McGee's not quite that wild. He surprised me last year with a bottle of perfume. And the year before that. Uh-oh, here he comes.
Yeah.
Don't say anything about me buying. Hello, dearie.
Oh, hi, kiddo. I didn't expect to find you here in the men's department. Oh, hi, Maeve.
Hi, Fib.
Oh, I was just helping Mabel look at some presents for Mort.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't quite decided on your present yet.
Here's your package, madam. I'm sure he'll like the shirt.
Huh? Oh, your package, madam. Mabel, there's your package, the shirt for Mort.
Huh? Oh, yes, the shirt for Mort. The shirt for Mort. Yeah, of course. Give it here.
Well, I'm going to look around some more, Molly. I haven't found your surprise yet.
Meet you out front, dearie.
Okay. So, bought me a shirt, huh? Hope it's one of them California sports shirts like the picture people wear, with the long collar that comes down to here and the palm trees on the pockets. Sure wish I knew what the heck to buy for her this year. She's... Whoops, watch it, bud.
Warst du schmelzningen wegen Rundpulsbrüsteten? Du Stuben?
Yeah, it's very crowded.
Das Flagge hättet vorne.
Yeah. Wonder if I ought to surprise her with a bottle of perfume. No, I surprised her with perfume the last 3 Christmases. Maybe they got something down this aisle here for women.
You look lost, sir. May I help you?
No, I ain't lost, sis. I know where I am. I'm just...
You're looking for a Christmas present and you don't quite know what to buy, do you?
Well, yeah, you might put it that way. I'm just looking...
For your wife?
Yeah, I want to surprise her, you see.
I know exactly what you have in mind.
Well, good for you, because personally, I ain't got the faintest.
Oh, we have some just beautiful things under the counter here. Oh, you just wait.
Well, now, what kind of things?
Oh, wait till I show you these gorgeous imports.
Huh?
Look at the silk negligee.
Huh?
Look at these gorgeous slips.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, aren't they delectable?
Oh, my gosh. I couldn't. Holy smoke.
They're all handmade. She'll love this.
Gee whiz,
And here, if you'd step right down this way and let me show you the nightie on the model.
On the model?
Right down here, the wax model at the end of... Where did that man go?
Boy, this is the toughest job I ever had. Trying to find something to surprise her that I can afford, that she likes, that she don't expect. Oh, hi, Doc.
Well, what are you doing lurking around here, sonny boy? Doing your Christmas shoplifting?
That ain't very funny, Fatso. That was a very feeble crack.
Yeah, I know. It's the best I could do. This Christmas shopping's got me licked.
You're licked?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, I'm beat right down to my shoe soles. I swore I'd buy Molly a Christmas present that'd be a complete surprise to her this year, and I've been battling my way through this slaughterhouse all afternoon, and what have I got? Sore feet.
No ideas?
Sure, I got lots of ideas. I'd like to buy her a mink coat, fill the pockets full of diamond Terraras, and deliver it to her in a Cadillac convertible. You got any ideas how I can do that?
Nope.
Me neither.
You want to surprise her, huh? What'd you give her last year?
Perfume.
Year before that?
Perfume.
How about 1950?
That was the year I gave her a bottle of perfume.
Uh-huh.
She always knows what she's going to get. And by George, I'm going to surprise her this year if it takes me... Hey, I got it. Yeah, that's it.
What's it?
Look, 3 years in a row I've given her perfume. Got it?
So you told me.
So this year she knows good and well I'm not going to give her perfume again, right?
She should know it.
So, I want to surprise her, right?
Right.
That's it. Hey, miss, wrap me up a bottle of this perfume.
Oh.
This evening in Liverpool. The family size. Girl can always use perfume, Doc. And boy, will she be surprised, because the last thing she'll expect...
Fibber and Molly will be right back. Friends, if you haven't mailed your Christmas gifts and greetings yet, it's later than you think. Post offices everywhere will soon be overflowing with mail. Do it now. Mail today. You can still get them there in plenty of time for Christmas. And for out-of-town delivery, you can be sure by using air mail or air parcel post, the speediest services available. And don't gamble on flimsy packaging in the Christmas rush. Pack your gifts in strong, durable boxes, wrapped in heavy paper and tie securely. Address them in ink on the wrapper. Avoid using address tags. They may be lost in transit. If you use gummed address stickers, it's a good idea to enclose a copy of the address and return address in the parcel. Be sure to use correct zone numbers. They're a part of the address and help to speed your mail to its destination. You can help to get your greetings there on time by tying out-of-town local Christmas cards and letters in separate bundles with stamps facing the same way, and label each bundle with the out-of-town and local facing slips furnished you by your letter carrier.
And you wouldn't guess in a million years what you're getting for Christmas this year, Molly.
I know it'll be wonderful. Is it to wear or what?
Well, no, I'm not saying.
Ah, come on, give me a hint. Is it big or little?
I'm not dropping a single hint this year. It's going to stay locked up right there in that little desk drawer till Christmas. So don't go sniffing around there.
Oh.
Good night.
Good night, all.
NBC and Paper Mate Pens have brought you the Fibber, McGee, and Molly program, transcribed, with Bill Thompson as the old-timer and the man with a heavy accent, Arthur Q. Bryan as Dr. Gamble, Natalie Masters as the saleslady, Bob Bruce as the clerk, and Elvia Allman as Mabel Toops and the store announcer. This is John Wald inviting you to be with us again tomorrow night for another visit with Fibber, McGee, and Molly.
Get Mom a kitchen radio for Christmas for those great daytime shows on the NBC radio network.
The Fibber, McGee, and Molly Show. Every weekday at this time, NBC brings you Fibber, McGee, and Molly transcribed. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Ralph Goodman and directed by Max Hutto. Fibber and Molly will be with you in a minute. Here is an urgent message from CARE, a Christmas opportunity that you must not miss. For just $1, $1, you can bring Christmas dinner to a starving family overseas. This year, you can share your Christmas with a family whose only hope for Christmas is just the hope of beating starvation, of just staying alive. Your dollar will send an 11-pound food package, the special CARE Dollar Food Kit. That's right, CARE will send in your name 11 pounds of life-giving food to a war-ravaged family whose lives depend on such gifts from you. This is government surplus food made available to CARE by the Foreign Foods Administration, and your dollar pays only the shipping costs. It's a big dollar's worth. Don't put it off. The time is very short. Make your own Christmas happier by sharing with some hungry family overseas. Put $1 in an envelope with your name and address. Put as many dollars as you can afford in an envelope. Send it to CARE, C-A-R-E, New York. Did you ever try to talk on the phone with your husband in the room? You did? Well, does he behave like the husband in the living room at 79 Wistful Vista? Listen.
Well, I knew she was, Monica, but... No, really? Finally made it, huh?
What'd she say? What is it? What'd she say?
Please, dearie. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, I know, for months, but none of the girls ever thought she'd make it.
Make what, kiddo? What? What'd she say?
Just a minute, Monica. Please, McGee, I'm talking on the phone.
I know, but you were so excited I was wondering
This would not interest you, believe me.
Well, how do you know? I'm interested in lots of things.
Well, if you must know, she said that Henrietta, who's been looking for months, finally found some baby pink thread to match her camisole. Now she can sew that broken strap back on.
Oh, them.
No, Monica. That was McGee. No, he went back to his paper. Yeah. What? Gee, that's right. Today is the day. I forgot all about it. 30? Well, I guess that calls for congratulations. Thanks for reminding me. I'll be there. Bye. This is awful.
What's the trouble? Monica having a birthday and forgot to hint about it 2 weeks ahead? She sure likes that number 30 the way she hangs on to it year after year.
She wasn't talking about her birthday. She was telling me about the Ladies' Club Christmas Fund. Today's the day we're to turn in our profits on the $10 we each invested.
Oh, that.
And the highest amount turned in so far was Mrs. Spradley with $30.
Ah, that old mud hen.
Her of all people. I was hoping I'd do the best. Oh, dear, I never should have let you invest that $10 for me, McGee.
How much did I run that 10 up to?
It's right there in the sugar bowl. 90 cents.
90 cents, is that all? Why, I got $30 for the ring I bought for my first investment. Oh, I lost that on the camera contest film and stuff, didn't I?
I just don't know how I'm going to face those women tonight, McGee. Mrs. Spradley with $30 for the Christmas fund and all my good friends sympathizing with poor Mrs. McGee.
Oh, now they don't have...
I couldn't stand it. I'm just going to resign, that's all.
Oh, now, gee whiz, kiddo, you don't have to go and do that.
You're right, I don't. When they see what I've done with my $10, run it right down to 90 cents, they'll throw me out. Well, I won't let them. I'll take $10 of my own money and give it back and quit.
Gee, kiddo, I didn't know you were going to take this thing so much to heart. Look, what time is that meeting tonight?
7 o'clock.
It's only 5 now. That still leaves 2 hours.
For what, to get out of town?
No, sir. To take this 90 cents here in the sugar bowl and run it up to at least more than the highest so far, which is old Lady Spradley, that old gobbler.
It's no use, McGee. I can't possibly see how you're going to run 90 cents up to $30 in 2 hours.
Well, that's my worry. You just give me the 90 cents. I'll invest it. I'll come back with that dough or my name ain't Fibber McGee.
Look, Sam, let's just forget it. You're only going to get into a lot of trouble.
I won't get in trouble. Come on, Molly, give me the 90 cents.
All right, what else can I do? I just can't go to that meeting tonight and hand them 90 cents.
You'll go to that meeting and hand them over $30. I'll pull you out of this, kiddo. Don't you worry. Don't I always get you out of a tight spot when I get you into one?
Well, just don't get me into another one, getting me out of this one that you got me into by trying to help me out of it again. Here's the money.
60, 70, 75, 85, 90. Okay, now you just relax, baby. Don't you fret a bit. I'll think of something. Don't you worry. You just stand by. Old Lady Spradley is high with $30, huh?
Yes.
Well, I'll be back as soon as I make $30.01.
Here's your coat, dearie. Good luck.
I don't need luck. All it takes is a little brain work.
That's what worries me. I've seen that little brain work. Don't do anything rash now.
Don't you worry. You'll be at that meeting tonight and with the most money, too. Even if it takes me the whole 2 hours to make it. I'll see you later. Bye.
Bye, dearie. Don't invest it all in one deal. And whatever happens, save a dime for the phone call. I'll be waiting. He's going to run 90 cents up to $30 in 2 hours. If that isn't the silliest. Oh, I don't know. I never would have thought he could take $10 and run it down to 90 cents, so maybe he can run it the other way. But I have my...
There's more fun with the McGees shortly. Folks, if you haven't done your Christmas mailing yet, you're behind the times. Don't let after Christmas arrival detract from your gifts and greetings. Mail now, today. And avoid that disappointed feeling. For out-of-town gifts and parcels, you can still be sure of Christmas delivery by using fast, dependable air mail or air parcel post, the speediest services available. And be sure to remember to pack your Christmas gifts in strong boxes and insure them. Small articles of jewelry, such as watches, should be registered for the safest, best handling. For first dispatch and delivery, send your holiday greetings first class. You may enclose a message, seal them, and they'll be forwarded if necessary. And don't forget to use the correct zone numbers. It's a part of the address and helps speed your mail to its destination. You can also assure faster delivery of your mail by tying out-of-town and local Christmas cards and letters in separate bundles with stamps all the same way and labeled with the out-of-town and local facing slips furnished you by your letter carrier.
Oh, dear, 6 o'clock. He's been gone over an hour, and this whole thing is just ridiculous. I hope he hasn't gotten into some kind of a jam. Oh, thank goodness. Hello, dearie. Don't get excited. Just tell me where you are, and I'll be right over to... Oh. Hello, Mrs. Spradley. Yes, I'll be at the meeting. Yes, Monica told me. Yes, $30. That's lovely. Good for you. Me? Well, I don't know how much money I'll have yet. A sizable sum, I'd say. My husband is handling my investment for me. Yes, I'll be there. Bye. Darn her anyhow. She'll be just impossible with the $30 that she brings in.
Hey, kiddo, I'm back. Where's the sugar bowl? Quick.
McGee, where you been? You look so cold. What have you been doing?
Never mind that. I invested the dough. I can't explain now. Where's the sugar bowl? Oh, here it is.
What are you doing?
There you are, kiddo. $14.80.
$14.80, but how?
I can't stop now. I'll lose the investment. I'll be back later. Goodbye.
But McGee, of all the crazy goings on, what? I thought so. Probably just remembered it's dinner time.
Hello, my dear.
Dr. Gamble.
Was that McGee that flashed by me as I was coming up the steps just now?
Yes, it was, Doctor.
I thought so. Somebody yelled, "Hi, a lard bucket," and disappeared in a cloud of dust. What's his hurry? Just remember his library book is due today and they get 2 cents a day for overtime?
No, he's out on a business deal today.
What kind of a business deal?
Well, I wish I knew. He left here with 90 cents an hour ago and said he was going to make a fast investment. It was fast, all right. He just came tearing in here with $14.80, dropped it in the sugar bowl, and vanished again.
What? What's this all about?
Well, it's the Ladies' Club Christmas Fund, Doctor.
Oh.
After he got through investing, as he calls it, the $10 I had, he wound up with 90 cents. I have to turn it into the club tonight, and
dear. The next time he comes in, I'll simply make him sit down and explain what he's doing, because you can't...
I'm back again, Molly. Quick, where's the sugar bowl?
Quick, Doctor, say something before he gets away.
Just a minute, McGee.
I can't, Fatso. I can't stop for a minute. There you are, Molly. $7.90.
McGee, what's this all about?
No time for questions, Doc. I gotta run, kiddo. Well, I'll see you later.
McGee!
Well, if that isn't the...
Look at the sugar bowl. It's full of money. Where's he getting it? I think we ought to get to the bottom of this.
What do you suggest?
Well, he's been running in here every half hour with his little hot fist full of money and then running off again before we can find out what he's up to.
You want me to throw a net over him next time he comes in? Because if I don't, somebody else will.
I've got a better idea. The next time he comes in, we don't ask him a thing. But when he rushes out again, we'll wait till he slams the door. Get ready, Doctor. Here he comes. Now remember, be nonchalant.
Okay, Molly, I'm set.
Here I am again, kiddo. Where's the sugar bowl?
Same place as usual, dearie, right there on the coffee table.
Oh, yeah. There you are. Another $4.20. Well, I'll see you later.
All right, dearie. Have fun.
Oh, this ain't fun, kiddo. This investment is hard work. But one more trip and we've got old lady Spradley knocked right off her high horse, right?
Right.
Oh, hi, Doc.
Hi, McGee.
Bye, Doc.
Bye, McGee.
Ready?
All set.
Got your coat?
Yeah, here's yours. Let's hurry. There he goes up the street. Come on, let's not lose him.
Where is he? Where is he? You see him?
Darn it, I lost him when he turned this corner. Maybe he went into Kramer's drugstore.
Oh, dear. Here, let's go ask the Santa Claus on the corner there. Maybe he saw him again.
Wait a minute. That's an odd-looking Santa Claus. Just a red hat and a beard and a business suit. Pardon me, St. Nicholas.
Step aside, Fatso. You're blocking my sign.
McGee, is that you under that beard?
I'll be with you in a minute, kiddo.
Merry Christmas, folks. Step up and help the Ladies' Club Christmas Fund. Help buy toys for the orphanage. Toss your change in the saucepan.
Heavenly days.
Well, I'll be...
Thank you, sir, thank you. Merry Christmas.
Let's see, Molly. $4.20, $4.25, $4.60, $5. That's it, kiddo. We beat old Lady Spradley by $1.90. $31.90 we got.
Oh, McGee, you're wonderful.
Well, just shows you what you can do with 90 cents if you invest it properly.
My boy, I have to doff the old Homburg to a real Sharpie. You're a good man for the ladies' club to have.
Mitchin, here's the $5, Molly.
Thank you, sweetheart. Now take off that silly hat and that mangy beard and come on home.
And give up a good corner like this? You got the ladies' club money. You go on home. From here on in, I'm in business for myself, kiddo.
What?
Step up, folks. Help the needy. That's me.
McGee.
Come on, folks. Every little bit helps. Throw something in the pot, boy.
Okay, Molly, I'll go quietly.
We'll say goodnight to Fibber and Molly in a moment. I know that we hardly need remind you that Christmas is just around the corner, for everywhere you look are signs of this festive day. If I may, I'd like to talk with the husbands and children listening. All you wives and mothers can leave the room for a minute while I make this suggestion for your Christmas gift. You know, men, your wives spend between 3 and 4 hours in the kitchen every day of the year. You can fill that kitchen with entertainment if you present your wife with a radio for the kitchen on Christmas Day. With a radio for company, kitchen chores seem lighter somehow, and time passes much more quickly. So give it some thought tonight. Then tomorrow, stop into your favorite store to look over their selection of radios for the kitchen. The manufacturers have outdone themselves with brightly colored sets to match the decor of any kitchen. You'll find a size and shape to fit that unused bit of counter space. So make Mother's Christmas last all year long with a radio for the kitchen in her stocking the morning of December 25th. She'll be mighty pleased, we know.
Well, as they say on the radio, McGee, that's 30 for tonight.
That's $31.90, kiddo.
Yes.
Good night.
Good night, all.
NBC has brought you the Fibber, McGee, and Molly program, transcribed with Arthur Q. Bryan as Dr. Gamble. This is John Wald inviting you to be with us again tomorrow night for another visit with Fibber, McGee, and Molly.
Mom needs a kitchen radio for Christmas and for the daytime shows on the NBC radio network.
The Fibber, McGee, and Molly Show. NBC and Paper Mate Pens bring you Fibber, McGee, and Molly transcribed. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Ralph Goodman and directed by Max Hutto. We'll join Fibber and Molly in just a moment. One of the outstanding characteristics of a democracy is the right of each individual to worship according to his conscience and his beliefs. The churches of America symbolize the belief of many that through community worship, we can gain the moral strength and courage to lead a good life. They symbolize the important role which religion has played in the shaping of our nation. Each day, thousands turn to their religious leaders for personal guidance and for material help. Without religion, many of these people would have nowhere to turn in their hour of need. All of us recognize the important role played during the war by chaplains of all faiths in helping our soldiers to adjust to military life. Thus, it is manifest that religion is an important part of the moral fiber of America. It was the need to worship which drove our forefathers to leave their native lands and come here. Let us not forget the importance of the church in our lives. Let us, through recognition of moral and spiritual hungers, guide ourselves and our families toward a way of life which bespeaks peace and harmony and goodwill toward all men. Mrs. McGee is downtown for some late Christmas shopping. Mr. McGee is at home wrapping a package to mail. Here he is in the living room now, stuffing Excelsior into a box.
I'm going to put about 2-foot layer of Excelsior in this box first, before I even put the vase in it. Yeah, you said it, Buster. When I do something, I do it right. This is one time Aunt Sarah's Christmas present is going to get there unbusted for a change. 1, Wad up some more newspapers and stuff them in here.
Excuse me, Mr. McGee. I hate to disturb you.
Oh, hi, Wimp. You're not bothering me, boy. Come on in.
Well, I heard you conversing, and I didn't want...
Oh, me and the bird were just yakking a little, that's all. What's on your mind?
Well, Sweetie Face is coming home tomorrow, so I'll move out of your guest bedroom.
Yeah, Molly told me the wonderful news this morning, Wimp. Well, that's great, boy. Tickle to death to hear it. For your sake, of course.
Yes. Isn't it wonderful? Well, I wanted to ask you, though, could I take this book to my room and read it tonight? It might give me some ideas on how to handle Sweetie Face.
Which book is that, Wimp?
The Cane Mutiny.
Oh, sure. Help yourself. Good luck with it. Now, let me see. That's about as far as I can go with this box till Molly gets home with some more Excelsior, I guess.
My, you're certainly taking pains with that package, Mr. McGee. It must be a valuable gift.
Cost $18. Now, I want to make sure it gets there unbusted. It's one of them Chinese vases with a picture of a mandarin on it for Aunt Sarah. You know, with pigtails and a kimono and a long black mustache. The mandarin, I mean, not Aunt Sarah.
I didn't think you meant her.
No, of course not. Aunt Sarah don't have a long black mustache. You can hardly see hers at all. Keeps peroxide on it.
Oh.
Anyhow, we finally found a vase to take the place of that one that got busted last time we were there, and the butler said dinner is served, and I got up off the sofa too fast. Boy, I'll never forget her expression when that vase hit the floor.
Her expression?
Yeah, it was in French. Every time I ask one of them French waiters what it means, they call for the manager. It must be dynamite because... That must be Molly now. She probably forgot her key.
I'll let her in, Mr. McGee. I'm going downtown anyhow.
Oh, thank you, dearie. I forgot. Oh, it's you, Mr. Wimple.
Can I help you with those bundles, Mrs. McGee?
Hi, kiddo.
Hello, dearie. No, thanks, Mr. Wimple. I'll just dump them here. You leaving?
I'm just going downtown to get Sweetie Face's Christmas present. Yes.
Oh, watch out for those crowds at the Bonton. They're murder. Say, what are you going to get Mrs. Wimple? Do you know?
Well, I know what she wants, if I can find one. She wrote me a note and told me. She said all she wants for Christmas is a new bullwhip.
A bullwhip?
Yes. I don't know what she wants with it. There are no bulls around our house, goodness knows. If that's what she wants, I'll get it.
Yeah, you'll get it all right.
See you later.
So long.
Oh, McGee, those downtown crowds are just awful. You step into that Bonton and it's like stepping into a whirlpool.
Yeah?
It's a stampede.
Boy.
I went in to buy Mabel Toops a slip, you see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 3 times I started for the ladies' lingerie on the 2nd floor, and 3 times I wind up in the men's socks in the basement.
No kidding. Did you ever get the slip?
I gave it up. I bought Mabel 4 pairs of Argyles. Let her exchange them.
Yeah. Did you get me some more Excelsior for this package? I'm stymied here till I have
Right here, whole sack full.
Good.
Now, we better get that package mailed as soon as we can, too. Do you want to put the vase in now and cover it with Excelsior?
No, I want to pad the box some more first. You know how they throw packages around at that post office these days. I'm taking no chances with a delicate thing like that vase.
Well, I'll take my coat off and rest a minute. I still haven't got my breath from battling that crowd. Heavenly day!
What's the matter? What's the matter? You didn't get your purse snatched?
Look at my hat.
Oh, what's the matter with it? The brim ain't tore. The fruit's still on it. Looks okay to me.
The hat I left here with didn't have a brim.
What?
It was a little felt cloche with a veil in the back. This is not my hat.
What difference does it make? Looks swell on you, kiddo.
Say, it doesn't look too bad, does it?
Oh, come on now. Who are you kidding? Stop admiring your new hat and hand me some more Excelsior. I want to get this package packed good and get it down to the post office.
Just in case you haven't been reminded enough already, Christmas Day is practically here.
Yep, it's creeping up on us like a loose undershirt. Don't you get it, Molly?
It ain't funny, McGee, to a lot of people who haven't finished their Christmas shopping yet, and most of us haven't.
Well, take it easy, Tootsie. I'm here to tell everybody not to get excited. If you're shopping late, gift Papermate. Or if you're afraid you've forgotten someone, just go to that store around the corner there and see that handsome selection of Papermate pens in 7 different color stylings.
You couldn't buy a more practical or wanted gift if you started shopping 6 months ago. A Papermate pen is something your friends and family will use and appreciate all year.
That's right, because Papermate is the pen approved by bankers and school principals. Papermate pens can't leak, and the ink can't smear or transfer.
So stop worrying about things like sizes or styles. Give a gift you know is right. Give a new retractable Papermate pen in a free gift box. Only $1.69 everywhere.
If you're shopping late, gift paper mate.
Well, I hope the post office isn't as crowded as the Bonton.
Yeah, me too. Boy, this package is getting real heavy, you know it?
Well, that vase was only a foot tall. How did we wind up with a package that's 3 feet square?
Careful packing, kiddo, careful packing.
I still don't know why you had to make such a big bundle out of it.
I'm taking no chances with that vase. I stuffed all the excelsior we had in this box.
Well, here we are. I'll open the door for you.
Okay. Wow. I'll be glad when this thing is stamped and on its way to Aunt Sarah.
Oh, look, McGee. We hit here just the right time. Place is practically empty.
Good.
Right over here, sir. I'll take your package.
There you are, Bud. All wrapped according to postal regulations. Properly sealed and packed as careful as a parachute. Weigh it and stamp it and read me the bad news.
Looks like it's tightly packaged, all right. Now, let's see.
Oh, careful, sir. It has a vase in it.
Oh, fragile, huh?
Oh, it's a vase. Well, have fun, Bud. You can't bust it. I packed it myself.
Yeah, looks like a fine, sturdy package, sir. Where does it go?
To my Aunt Sarah, sir. It's right there on... McGee, didn't you put her name and address on it?
Huh? Oh, my gosh, I overlooked that completely.
Here, you can use this crayon if you like. Take it to the table there by the window.
Well, thanks, Bud. Be right back. It's a good thing he told us about that, Molly. This thing might have not got to Aunt Sarah.
Post office clerks notice little details like no address, dearie. You got the crayon?
Yeah. Let me see. Which side should I put the address on?
Which side is up?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, you can say that again. Give me the crayon. I'll do it.
Okay.
Mrs. Sarah Driscoll.
Sure a lucky break getting here when the joint's empty. We'll be out of here in 5 minutes and on the way home before... Hey, what's going on here?
No, don't crowd the window. Don't crowd the window.
What on earth? Well, heavenly days, look at the people.
What? Hey, where'd they all come from? My gosh, if this ain't the...
Come on, let's get in line quick, or we'll be here all day. There's 10 people in line now.
Oh, no, not me, kiddo. I'm not going to the end of that line. I was here first. Not me. No, sir, not me.
I take it you're not going to the end of the line. Is that what you're trying to say?
Darn right. I'll just explain it to these people, that's all.
You will, huh?
Darn right. Give me that package.
Dearie, if I were you...
Excuse me, Bud. Pardon me, sir. I want to talk to the people in this line a minute.
Hey, what do you mean? Who's that guy?
Ladies and gentlemen, I came in here with my wife 5 minutes ago, and there was no one here. We were first. The clerk asked us to put the name and address on the package on account of I forgot to do it before I got here. Now I got the package ready to mail. Now, if you'll all kindly step back one pace, I'd like to get back there where I was before, and that's first in line. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask you in the name of simple justice to step back one pace.
Come on, McGee, stop wasting time. This line is getting longer every minute.
All right for you guys, all of you. Dad rat a bunch of chiselers. I hope all your packages get busted.
Come on, dearie.
Boy, just wait till one of that bunch is in line in front of me at the grocery store and they run over to get a loaf of bread they forgot. See if I ever let them back in line. You just wait, boy.
This is a shame. The line is almost to the door, McGee. Where does everyone come from?
Ah, they come out of the woodwork. Hey, look, I got an idea.
No, let's stand in line.
You see that big guy that's almost to the window? The wrestler-looking guy?
The second one in line? Yes, I see him. He's as big as a house.
Look, you take the package and I'll go kick him right in the shin and then run. When he starts to chase me, you grab his place, okay?
What if he catches you?
Yeah. Okay, let's get in line. By George, my congressman.
Am I glad to get home. What time is it?
3:30.
We must have been in that line for 3 hours.
Feels like 6. I'm beat.
Well, at least we got the package mailed to Aunt Sarah.
Yeah.
And that was the last one.
Good.
Thank goodness we don't have to go near that post office again during this rush.
You don't have to worry about that vase getting there okay either, Molly. I had that package stuffed with excelsior.
You sure did.
I guarantee you, kiddo, no matter how them post office guys boot that box around, they're not going to break that vase.
You're absolutely right,
You
sweetheart.
betcha.
They'll never break it.
Because I packed that vase perfect, right?
No, because you left it on the coffee table.
Huh?
There it sits. You were so busy stuffing excelsior in the box, you forgot to put the vase in.
Oh, I'll have to put that in there.
Fibber and Molly will be right back. 3 days left. 3 days in which to finish up the Christmas shopping. And if you still are worried about what to get Mother for Christmas, you just weren't listening last week when I suggested a radio for your kitchen. The world is at your fingertips when you dial to the NBC radio network. And a radio in the kitchen can make time fly by as the dishes get washed and 3 meals a day are prepared for the table. You know, the woman of the house spends about 3 to 4 hours in her kitchen each and every day of the year. And you know that a radio would really be appreciated there. Tomorrow, for sure, drop into your favorite store and look over the great variety of radios especially made for the kitchen. They come in brightly colored plastics to match your color scheme. And you'll find that the clock radio can be helpful in turning on and off electrical appliances in the kitchen. If you've already bought your wife's present, why not make a radio for the kitchen your present to the entire household this Christmas morning? Your wife and whole family will really appreciate your thoughtfulness.
Did you see the postcard we got from Uncle Dennis today? Says he may be here for Christmas.
Oh, wouldn't that be great? Where is he now?
Denver, Colorado. He says, I'm having a wonderful time in Denver. Altitude here 1 mile above sea level.
My goodness, a mile. That's high, isn't it?
Yeah, he probably is.
McGee.
Good night.
Good night, all.
NBC and Paper Mate Pens have brought you the Fibber, McGee, and Molly program, transcribed with Bill Thompson as Wallace Wimple and Jan Arvin as the postal clerk. This is John Wald inviting you to be with us again tomorrow night for another visit with Fibber, McGee, and Molly.
Surprise Mom with a kitchen radio for Christmas. She'll love the shows on the NBC radio network.
The Fibber, McGee, and Molly Show. Tums and Paper Mate Pens bring you Fibber, McGee, and Molly transcribed. The show was written by Phil Leslie and Ralph Goodman and directed by Max Hutto. Fibber and Molly will be with you in a minute.
This is Don Wilson. Do you know why Tums are called the Don't Wait relief for acid indigestion? Well, it's simple. With Tums on hand, you don't have to wait even a minute for safe, pleasant relief. There's nothing to mix. You don't even need water. Yes, Tums go right to work, give you top speed relief whenever some favorite food, smoking, or overindulgence causes heartburn, sour stomach, or that unpleasant gassy fullness. Tums are so pleasant, minty tasting, just like candy. Here's something else really important. Tums are not water soluble, so they never over-alkalize the stomach, never cause acid rebound. That's another reason why millions of smart Americans always keep Tums handy. Always carry them in pocket or purse for record-fast, safe relief whenever or wherever acid indigestion strikes. So don't wait. Get Tums today. They're still only 10 cents a roll.
Where are we driving for this Christmas tree, and how much will it cost us?
About half what the guy asked for it. I drive a hard bargain, you know that. Them slum-raised lumberjacks don't put anything over on me, kiddo. I'm shrewd.
Mm-hmm. Where are we going?
Right around the corner here. Same place we went last year, and I got a $10 tree for $3.50. All it took was a little sob story. What was that guy's name again? You remember?
Marvin. Christmas tree Marvin, he called himself.
Oh, yeah.
The way you had your arm around him during that transaction, I thought he was at least your cousin.
Well, I got a good deal out of him, didn't I? Boy, I don't know. He could have made a living the way I chiseled him down. Uh-oh, here's the place. Wow, look at them beautiful trees, too.
I'll wait in the car, McGee. These big transactions always embarrass me.
There's nothing to get embarrassed about. It's just business. When he says $10, he don't expect to get 10. He expects to get 7. That's why I got to say 3 so I can get it for 5. You really ought to learn about driving a bargain on account of...
I'll wait in the car.
Okay, it won't take long. This guy's easier to chisel than a bar of soap. I'll call you when I get the price settled, and you can take your pick. Half the fun of buying a tree is beating these guys down.
Yes, sir. You looking for a Christmas tree?
No, I'm a bird's egg collector, Si. I thought I'd climb a few of these trees and see if there's any birds' nests. Of course I'm looking for a Christmas tree.
Good.
But I don't want a clerk. I want to deal with the owner. Marvin, his name is. Kind of a sweet, kindly-looking old pigeon, or a gent.
Oh, you must mean Marvin Myers. Well, he ain't here anymore. He's selling razor blades now.
Oh, gee, that's too bad. What happened?
Oh, too soft-hearted, Marvin was.
Oh?
Sucker for a sob story. Every chiseler that came along took advantage of him.
Oh, well. Well, I'm sorry to hear about old Marv.
But we really got the trees here this year, mister. Just look over this row here. Take your pick of anything in this row for only $10.
$10?
Some of those trees are over 3 feet tall. You look them over. I'll go help some of these other customers out.
Out is right. Out to the poorhouse. $10 for a 3-foot tree. Come on, Molly. Let's leave the car here and walk down this way. There's a lot of lots along here.
You didn't buy a tree?
Marvin sold out. That was the new owner. Remind me to check the post office tomorrow, will you?
Post office? What for?
If that guy's face ain't up there on the wall with a reward for him, it ought to be. Of all the bare-faced burglars. Oh, come on across the street.
Oh, that looks like a nice lot. What does the sign say?
Bruce's Spruces. A tree to fit every pocket.
Well, let's not stop here. We don't want a tree we can put in our pocket.
Oh, that's not what it means, Molly. Hey, look at them prices.
Oh, all trees, 30 cents a foot. Say.
That is a bargain. I won't have to chisel on this guy, kiddo. A 10-foot tree for $3, huh? His prices are better than old Marvin's were last year.
Oh, and look, they're beautiful trees, too.
Yes, they are, ma'am. Beautiful. Glad you like them.
She didn't mean to say that, Bud. That's no fair.
They are rather nice, though, sir.
Take your pick, ma'am. 30 cents a foot.
I'm the kind of a guy that appreciates an honest deal, Bud, if I can't do any better. I'll tell you what I'm going to do with you. I'm not even going to chisel you down. I'm just going to pick out a tree and pay your price. 30 cents a foot.
That's the way we like a deal, sir.
Here's a beauty, McGee. How tall is that, sir? About 10 feet?
Yes, I'd say that's 10 feet tall.
Well, wrap it up, Buster. 10-foot tree, 30 cents a foot, $3, right?
Well, that's the way most lots sell them, by height. But we do it a little differently. We sell by the branches.
By the branches?
This beautiful tree has, say, 20 branches on it. Average branch, say, 4 feet long. That's 80 feet of branches. 30 cents a foot comes to $24.
What?
Oh, my.
$24? $24 for that beetle-bitten batch of sawmill bait? Why, that lopsided droop limb collection of chewed-up pine cones ain't worth 24 cents.
Oh, McGee, now don't
That broken-down, banged-up, bow-legged balsam ain't fit to start a fire with. Why, look at the trunk on it. I lived out of a better-looking trunk when I was in vaudeville made out of straw. And them limbs. I've saw prettier-looking limbs under a plaid skirt on a sergeant in the Scotch Guards. Pah!
Am I to understand from this that he doesn't want the tree, ma'am?
Yes, I'm afraid you're barking up the wrong spruce, Bruce. Come on, dearie, let's go. Say, I've got it straight from the North Pole that Santa's warming up his reindeer for the takeoff right now. So if you're shopping late, give Papermate. Papermate pens are so easy to buy. You can get them everywhere. Your neighborhood drug, tobacco, department, or stationery store features the famous retractable Papermate in 7 beautiful color stylings. And you get a free gift box with every pen.
And when you give Papermate pens, you don't have to worry about sizes or styles or whether people will like their gift or not. You can bet your Christmas stocking they like Papermate. It's the pen that bankers and school principals approve. Papermate pens can't leak, and the ink can't smear or transfer. Why, everybody that writes would love to have a new Papermate. It's a gift they'll really use and appreciate.
So, if you're shopping late, give Papermate.
And remember, you can buy them everywhere, right now. The famous Papermate pen in a free gift box. Only $1.69. Let's tell them again, Molly, together.
Shopping late? Give Papermate.
Boy, what a bunch of burglars I've run into so far. My gosh, you'd think with all the Christmas tree lots there are along here, some of these guys would be anxious to do business, wouldn't you?
They are, but not at your prices, dearie.
No.
They all seem to have a peculiar attitude about losing money, don't they?
Well, don't worry, I'll get a Christmas tree bargain. If it takes till Easter Sunday, I'll get one.
Feels like Easter Sunday today. You've laid an egg at every lot so far. Look, why don't we go home and plant a pine cone and wait? We might get a tree quicker that way.
You think so, huh? You know what these guys would charge me for a pine cone? Probably about... Say, there's an interesting-looking lot. The one with the horseshoe nailed over the office there?
Mm-hmm. Very modest sign they have. Texas tall timber. The greatest trees on earth, or any place.
Come on, let's go look around here.
They've certainly got plenty of trees. No prices on them.
Howdy, strangers. Welcome to Texas Tall Timber.
Hi, sis.
Lie down and set a spell, partner. You too, Marm.
Oh, thank you. We just...
We're just looking around, sis. Is Tex busy?
Well, I'm Tex, partner.
Who?
Tex Aurelia was my baptizing name, but folks around these here parts just call me Tex.
Well, howdy, Tex. I'm right glad to meet up with you.
Likewise.
I take it you're a hankering to round up one of these here Christmas trees. And, partner, you come to the right place. I got about 300 head here, all prime Texas timber.
My, were these trees grown in Texas?
Raised them all right on my pa's ranch, Marm. Right nice layout pa's got down there. Bunkhouse is right on the Rio Grande.
These trees here come from way down there, partner?
No, we raised these here trees on the north part of the ranch, partner. That's in Oregon.
Oh.
Got quite a spread, Paul has.
Probably from sitting on them horses all the time, partner.
Let's get down to business, partner. Pretty mangy-looking bunch of trees you got here, partner. How much you aiming to get for 'em?
Well, how much you aiming to give?
How much you aiming to get?
Well, I'll tell you, partner. I'll go ask my partner. Hey, partner, got a couple of Yankees.
Let's get out of here, McGee, before that road company Annie Oakley comes back with a buffalo gun.
Yeah. Kind of a crummy-looking bunch of trees anyhow. Doggone it, I'm going to get us a tree someplace if I have to chop one down on the City Hall lawn.
That might solve everything, dearie. I understand they serve fine turkey dinners in the city jail on Christmas. I could make you plum pudding with a hacksaw in it, and I'd have
there's a lot we didn't try right across the street there. See it? Happy Herman. High trees for low prices.
Well, you go ahead, dearie. I'm going back to the car and wait. I'm tired.
Okay, Tootsie. Well, luck I've had so far, I'm about due for a break, and this might just be the place. Hey, here's a nice tree right out in front here. Yeah, nice and full. Now, if I can get the right price from Happy Herman.
It sure is hard to find a decent tree, isn't it?
Yeah.
These lots are so muddy. Aren't they a mess? Look at my shoes, just ruined. Yeah, sure a gummy-looking bunch of trees, aren't they?
Oh, I don't know. I got one here that looks pretty good.
So cold out, too. Just miserable.
Yeah. Well, now, if I can get hold of Happy Herman and get the right price on this tree...
Well, you're talking to him.
You? You're Happy Herman?
I was 3 days ago. But there's nothing gets you down like selling Christmas trees. Everybody's got a different complaint. The trees are either too short, or they're too fat, or they're too thin. It's just too much. All I want to do is sell these last 200 trees and go home.
Well, I may be able to help you, Hermie. Now, you take this tree here. It's a little cockeyed. Not exactly what I want, but you give me a right price, and I'll take it off your hands, boy.
Well, my feet are cold, and I want to get back in the trailer, so you can have it for $8.
I'll give you $3.
Oh, my, here we go again. $7.75.
$3.10.
$7.50.
$3.20.
7 1/4.
3 1/4.
$7.
$3.55.
5 1/2.
$4.
5 1/4.
4.
I'll make it 5 even.
4.
McGee, I hate to interrupt, but could I have the keys to the car?
I'll be with you in just a minute, kiddo. Well, Herman, what do you say?
Okay, I give in. Give me $4.50.
There you are. $4. I'll see you next year.
And not if I recognize you from the trailer window. And I had to come out of a nice warm trailer.
Well, Molly, how does she look?
Nice tree, but dearie...
He wanted $8. We saved 4 smackers on the deal.
No, we didn't.
What do you mean?
That's what I came over to tell you. You've been here an hour, and that traffic cop over there is giving you a parking ticket.
What?
If you had left the keys so I could move the car...
Oh, no. Well, bring the tree, kiddo. Now, you wait a minute, officer. I can explain. This is Christmas week. You wouldn't give me a ticket on...
We'll say goodnight to Fibber and Molly in a moment. Time is slipping away. there are only 2 days left in which to buy that kitchen radio to place under your Christmas tree. Just imagine the pleasure that will light the eyes of your homemaker this Friday morning when you present her with a radio especially for her kitchen. She'll know that you appreciate the 3 to 4 hours every day that she spends cooking, washing dishes, or doing the many other chores in your kitchen. With a radio in the kitchen, the world will be at her fingertips when she sets the dial to the NBC radio network. There's wonderful music, drama, news, and comedy to make the time pass swiftly and to brighten an otherwise dull day when the radio is your companion. So tomorrow, for sure, look over the marvelous variety of gaily colored radios made just to blend with the decor of your kitchen. And you'll also find that the clock radios available at your favorite store can be helpful in turning on and off electrical appliances. Make this an especially bright and merry Christmas with a present that will bring pleasure all year long. Give a radio for the kitchen to your wife or mother on Christmas Day.
It is a beautiful tree, McGee. We'll set it right here by the front window.
Good.
I called Dr. Gamble and asked him to come over tomorrow night to help us decorate it, okay?
Sure.
He's going to bring his little Miss Callahan with him.
Oh, swell. Have him bring a stepladder, too. Mine's busted.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night, all.
Tums and Paper-Mate pens have brought you the Fibber, McGee, and Molly program transcribed with Natalie Masters as Tex and Jack Moyles as Herman. This is John Wald inviting you to be with us again tomorrow night for another visit with Fibber, McGee, and Molly.
The kitchen's the place for a radio and the dramatic shows on the NBC Radio Network.
The Fibber, McGee, and Molly Show. NBC and Paper-Mate pens bring you Fibber, McGee, and Molly transcribed. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Bill Dench and directed by Max Hutto. We'll join Fibber and Molly in just a moment. Can you stop in time? Ask yourself that question the next time you drive your car. If the car in front of you should jam on his brakes to avoid a stray dog, if a child should dash across an intersection, if a tire should blow out, could you stop in time to save a life? Slippery roads, fogged windshields, poor visibility, all of these factors mean that you must be more alert in following simple safety rules. Always get the feel of the road before you accelerate. Try out your brakes to discover just how slick the road surface may be and adjust your speed to driving conditions. Check on your driving habits. Keep your windshields clear of fog. Be certain your headlights and wipers are in working condition. In wet weather, never slam on your brakes. It's a sure way to put your car into a skid on a slick road. And always follow at a safe distance. Traffic accidents and death rates are still extremely high. Be careful. Accidents don't always happen to the other fellow. Mr. and Mrs. McGee of 79 Wistful Vista have invited Dr. Gamble and his lady friend over this evening to help decorate the Christmas tree. Coffee and fruitcake will be served in the dining room, and the host and hostess are getting things ready right now.
Where do you want these ornaments, Molly? And the tinsel?
Just put them there beside the tree, dearie. I'll be with you in a minute. You can start untangling the strings of lights if you want to. I brought them up from the basement.
I see 'em. Boy, are they ever a mess. Looks like a pile of insulated spaghetti with red and green meatballs.
Christmas tree lights are always a mess when you bring them out for the holidays. You know that.
I thought it wasn't going to be like that this year. Seems to me I remember coiling each string up separately last year and putting them in a box to put away neat.
You did?
I did.
Coiled each string neatly, put them in a box, fell down the basement steps with them, gathered them up and flung the whole mess into the fruit cellar. Remember?
Okay, I'll start untangling them. What time's Doc and his gal friend coming?
Around 8.
I sure wish Uncle Dennis was here to help us. He could take care of putting the lights on the tree himself, you know.
The lights?
Sure. If there's anybody knows how a Christmas tree ought to be lit up, it's Uncle Dennis, because he used to come home every night. What you gonna do with the candlesticks?
Put them on the table. I thought we'd have our coffee and cake by candlelight.
Oh, Molly, you're not going to put us through that eating in the dark routine again, are you?
Well, I thought it would be nice.
You remember what happened last summer when we had Herb and Ruth Travis over and you made us eat by candlelight? And Herb ate the nasturtiums and drank the finger bowl and said the soup and salad were delicious.
Oh, Herb was clowning.
Well, that's the night I stuck the drumstick in my eye and I wasn't clowning. That hurt.
McGee, anytime you can't find your mouth with fried chicken, that's not darkness, that's eagerness. I just thought candlelight would be sort of romantic for the doctor and Miss Callahan, but it...
Well, light the candles if you want to, but leave the ceiling lights on too, will you?
Well, if you feel that strongly about it, I'll skip it.
Good. Anyhow, when you start cutting that cake, old Fatso ain't going to be interested in romance. Just food.
Oh, I don't know about that now. He drives this girl home from the library 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah? Must be kind of tough trying to romance a librarian, you know that?
Why?
Well, you start whispering in her ear and she thinks she's back at work.
I guess the doctor makes out all right, though.
Can't you just imagine Doc saying to her, "Have you got a kiss for old Doc?" And she says, "I'll look and see. Who's the author of it?"
That's a funny idea, dearie.
Yeah. There's one string loose. Say, you don't think what's-her-name Doris is really interested in old Lard Bucket seriously, do you?
Well, it could happen. Look before I forget it. I don't want you throwing any of those comedy names of yours at the doctor tonight.
Me?
You'll be trying to make a nice impression, so you behave. You hear?
Don't I always behave?
Yes, you always don't behave. Now, none of that tonight.
You mean I can't greet my best friend at the door with a cheery welcome like Happy Yuletide, Blubberbottom? Or maybe just a simple, dignified good evening, Flab?
No.
Okay. Well, there's the lights all untangled. That's not as bad as I thought.
I bought some new bulbs. They're there on the mantel. We always need...
Wait till I plug this string in and see how they look. Make sure they're in good working order before we put them on the tree, and we won't have trouble later on because... Don't light. Probably got a loose bulb.
While you're checking it, I'll plug in the other string and see if it works. We should buy some new lights soon. These strings are about... Well, what do you know? It works.
Great, great. This one's okay now, too, I think. A couple of bulbs were loose. Let me plug it in there. Aha, look at that. All lit up like the Great White Way.
Well, hallelujah.
Yay.
This is the first Christmas in our married life that all the tree lights worked at the same time. Lay them there by the tree with the ornaments.
Boy, oh boy, this is a good sign, Molly. Anytime I can get the Christmas tree lights working without running after my toolbox and 6 rolls of friction tape, I'm sailing.
This is your night.
You said it.
Maybe for once in our life. Watch your feet.
This.
Oh.
What'd I step on?
Yes.
Which string?
Both of them.
I better run and get my toolbox. Well, don't wait, Molly, my mate. We have a date to tell the folks shopping late about Papermate.
What's that, McGee?
I said that right now we want to tell everyone who's shopping late about a swell gift idea.
Oh, you mean Papermate pens?
Right.
Well, I'd like to say that Papermate is a foolproof gift idea. Everybody can use one, and you don't have to worry about color or styles or quality. Papermate is the pen approved by bankers and school principals all over the country.
Yes, and I got it straight from a loose-lipped reindeer that Santa approves, too. And he ought to. Everyone else does. The famous retractable Papermate pen can't leak. The ink can't smear or transfer. You get up to 70,000 words without refilling.
And Papermate comes in 7 beautiful color combinations. Buy one in each color so you'll have some on hand for extra gifts or favors.
That's a good idea. If you're shopping late, give Papermate. Even after Santa takes off, you can buy Papermate pens at your neighborhood drugstore for only $1.69.
So if you're shopping late, give Papermate.
Shopping late? Give Papermate. Okay, Molly. That ought to do it. Plug them in again.
Okay. Contact.
Sure you got the plug in tight?
Absolutely.
Something must be wrong.
Clever observation.
Well, this don't scare me, kiddo. I'll go over this wiring inch by inch, and don't you worry. I'll get these Christmas tree lights fixed tonight if it takes me till next Christmas. Hand me them pliers and what you looking at?
What on earth is this behind the big chair here? Did you put these here?
You mean those empty eggshells? Don't touch them, kiddo. I got a great gag.
What in the world is the idea?
Now, look. When old Doc comes in, you tell him to sit there in the big chair, see? When he flops down, I'll holler, "What's the ornaments, Fatso?" And then I'll crunch them eggshells with my foot, see? That way, we'll get a million laughs out of the look on his face.
No.
Huh?
You'll do nothing of the kind. Oh. You're not going to embarrass the doctor now in front of Miss Callahan.
Okay, I won't. But gee whiz, I don't know why you got...
Here they are now. I'll get the door. Come in, come in. So nice to see you both.
Hi, Doc.
Glad to see you.
Happy Yuletide, Docky. Hi, Doris.
Let me take your things. Put your overcoat here in the hall, Doctor.
I'll take it, Doctor.
Okay. Oh, my, what a beautiful tree, Molly.
Well, I'm so glad you could come help us decorate it, dear.
I appreciate being included. I know that you and Mr. McGee are George's dearest friends, and you're sweet to include me in.
George's dearest friends? Oh, bragging again, are you, George?
I didn't say both of them, Doris. I just meant Molly. You can see at a glance that being friends with little mullet head here takes a mighty patient personality.
I'll toss your mighty personality on the sofa there, Lard Bucket, Doctor.
Thank you, Sonny. I will.
Sit down, Doris.
Watch the ornaments, Fatso.
Great Scott.
McGee, I told you not to pull that silly eggshell trick.
I never touched them eggshells.
Oh.
Good heavens. I sat right on a box of ornaments.
It's perfectly all right, Doctor.
I must have broken 3 or 4 of them.
You broke 6 of them, as a matter of fact. But that's okay, Clumsy. We got plenty.
It's terribly awkward of me.
Oh, you couldn't help it, George?
Oh, no, you couldn't help it, George. Gee whiz, you can't see behind you.
Of course not.
Nobody can. Take a periscope 6 foot long to look around behind that big tub of... Oh, you couldn't help it, George.
Say, when can we go to work here? I'm anxious to start on that tree.
You kids go ahead. Get a kitchen chair and start hanging ornaments, Doc. I gotta fix these strings of lights.
You've got some beautiful ornaments here, Molly. Look, George, isn't this pretty?
Yeah, it looks like artificial fruit. What's it supposed to be, Molly?
A pear, I think.
Yeah, you know what a pear is, kids. A banana with its girdle off.
Get busy on the lights, dearie. We'll start hanging ornaments.
Got this socket fixed okay. Now I'll wrap some tape around here.
How are you coming, McGee? The light's nearly ready?
Any minute, kiddo, any minute.
Hand me up some more ornaments, will you, girls?
Oh, here's a pretty red one, George. Careful.
Thanks. Top of the tree's a little bare.
Yeah, top of the doctor's getting a little bare, too, ain't it, Doctor? Shining in my eye.
McGee.
Oh, excuse me. That was the light reflecting off an ornament there, Doc. I thought it was your noggin.
Is it true you're giving him a new hat for Christmas, Molly, with holes in the crown so his ears can come through?
It's an idea, Doctor.
Ah, it's great to have you around at Christmas time, Doc, because I guess to Molly and me, you'll always seem, well, just like Santa Claus does.
That's a very nice thought, my boy. Are you referring to my jovial, cheery disposition or my well-known generosity?
No, I was referring to your big round shape, Doctor.
Oh.
See there, Molly? See how it shakes when he laughs like a bowl full of jelly?
McGee. He doesn't mean anything, Doris. They go on like this all the time.
Oh, I know.
Come on, cornball, get the lights ready. Want me to run down to Kramer's and buy some new tree lights, Molly? We all know little Butter Thumbs here is never going to get them up.
Oh, we all do we all? Well, for your big fat information, Doctor, the lights are all fixed. New bulbs and everything.
Wonderful. String them on the tree and light them up, and we'll have some coffee and fruitcake and admire our work.
This'll just be the prettiest tree in town.
And why not? Look who decorated it.
The reason these lights took me a while is because I did a real job while I was at it. I spliced the 2 strings together so they'll be easier to handle.
Good, that's a good idea.
Go ahead, plug them in. I'm anxious to see.
Okay, where's the wall plug? Oh, here it is. Watch how pretty them new bulbs look. There.
Oh!
Holy smoke.
McGee, what happened?
Every light in the house is out.
Dark, ain't it?
I think I like the tree better the other way. We could see it.
What do we do now, Mr. Edison?
Hey, I got a wonderful idea. Let's light up some candles, Molly. Have our coffee and cake by candlelight.
Oh.
Huh? I just love candlelight. It's more romantic that way, and I claim...
Fibber and Molly will be right back. Only one more shopping day left. Sure hope you've completed all except those inevitable last-minute finishing touches. Tomorrow, if you wind up in the mad whirl of last-minute Christmas shopping, unwind as you sit back, relax, and enjoy the wonderful programs on the NBC radio network. Somehow, there's nothing so nice as to get home, take off your shoes, and relax as you listen to the radio. Tomorrow evening, NBC will be celebrating Christmas Eve on many of your favorite programs. There'll be a special program in the Yuletide spirit on the Roy Rogers Show as Roy and Dale celebrate on the Double R Bar Ranch. Robert Young will take his family in tow during Father Knows Best for an amusing and entertaining show, while Eddie Cantor will highlight some of the Christmases which remain brightest in his memory of show business. Ralph Edwards promises you a very special Christmas Eve show, and throughout the evening the Christmas chimes will ring out on NBC. We hope that tomorrow night, after the stockings are hung by the chimney with care, you'll let us at NBC join you for Christmas Eve.
Well, it was a nice evening, McGee.
Yep, and that candlelight was just as romantic as you said it'd be. You know, Doc Gamble's in love. He told me so.
Did he really? What'd he say? What'd he tell you?
Well, it was just before they left. I took him out to the kitchen, to get a glass of water. You know what he says to me? He says, McGee, he says, I love that fruitcake. So I gave him a piece to take home.
Good.
Good night.
Good night, all.
NBC and Paper Mate Pens have brought you the Fibber, McGee, and Molly program, transcribed with Arthur Q. Bryan as Dr. Gamble and Mary Jane Croft as Miss Callahan. This is John Wald inviting you to be with us again tomorrow night for another visit with Fibber, McGee, and Molly.
Now's the time to get Mom a kitchen radio for Christmas for the great daytime shows on the NBC Radio Network.
The Fibber, McGee, and Molly Show. Every weekday at this time, NBC brings you Fibber, McGee, and Molly, transcribed. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Ralph Goodman and directed by Max Hutto. We'll join Fibber and Molly in just a moment. There's one question that probably causes more sleepless nights than all the others put together. It goes something like this. How can I save money when I hardly earn enough to keep going? That is a serious question because it involves your future and your family's. But it's not hopeless. True, it's not easy to save money at first. But once it becomes a habit, it's the simplest thing you ever did. Provided you choose a plan like the payroll savings plan for buying United States savings bonds. It's the easy, painless way to ensure your future security. Just ask your employer to save a few dollars from your paychecks. Every time enough money accumulates, your employer buys your savings bonds for you automatically. Those bonds now mature in less than 10 years and pay you $4 for every $3 you put in. The payroll savings plan can mean extra money for your future. Join today. You'll feel more secure tomorrow if you buy United States savings bonds today.
Wasn't that beautiful, dearie?
Yes, it sure was.
You have been listening to an hour of recorded Christmas carols featuring some of America's foremost choral groups. Your station is WVIS in Wistful Vista.
Turn it off now, huh?
Got it. Ah, this is a mighty fine life, sweetheart.
Yep.
Cozy fire in the fireplace. Beautiful Christmas tree with presents piled around it. Good friends dropping in all day. Hasn't it been a wonderful Christmas?
Christmas will always be wonderful, Molly, as long as I got you.
Well, what a nice little speech. Aren't you sweet, dearie?
That's what everybody says. Yep. Down at the Elks Club, they all say, ain't McGee sweet? And around Kramer's drugstore, they say, that McGee, he sure is sweet.
Oh, dear.
Over at the Chinese laundry, they say, Hong Gao Fu Yak, which translated means...
Mr. McGee is sweet?
No, that means if Mr. McGee beefs once more, I'm going to starch his undershirts.
Ah, you're cute.
Hey, did you like your presents, kiddo? I mean, did you really like them? You know, were you surprised?
Completely surprised.
Good.
The perfume was the biggest surprise, of course.
Yeah, I knew it would be.
I said to myself, he gave me perfume the last 3 years, so I know he won't give me any perfume this year.
That's what I told Doc Gamble when I bought that perfume. I told him you'd figure it that way, so I knew perfume would surprise you.
And the purse, it's just beautiful. Perfect.
Yeah, I picked it out myself.
I could tell.
I figure if I got your brown purse, you'd have to wear brown with it, see? And black purse would just go with black clothes, so I got a purse that'll go with anything. Red, green, purple, and orange.
I love it.
Boy, this robe sure is a knockout. Feel like a millionaire in a silk robe. Never had a silk one before.
It becomes you, dearie.
How'd you know I wanted a silk robe? You didn't swipe one of them letters I wrote to Santa Claus, did you?
If you mean those little notes that said, Santa baby, bring me a silk robe that you left pinned to the shower curtain and pasted on my compact mirror and under your plate at breakfast. No, I never noticed them.
Just shows to go you that when two people live together, as long as we have, you can read my mind.
Yes, even the fine print.
Don't forget, Christmas isn't over yet either. Don't forget, I'm taking you out for dinner tonight, any place you name. And the swankier, the better.
That's just going to be wonderful, McGee. But do you think you should spend the money? You know, you spent so much on me.
Forget it. Money's no objection. What's money? Besides, I got the dough all saved up for this.
Well, there's some wonderful places to eat.
You just pick the place, that's all. Pierre's, the Sump Room at the Ritz Vista. How about the Snark Room down at Carol's Restaurant?
Well, it ought to be someplace so special. I think I'll get the paper and look through the ads.
Look out for the Christmas tree, kiddo. Ooh.
I see it. You know, I think we should have put this tree in the corner there, McGee, instead of out in the middle of the floor like this.
It's too pretty to stick away in a corner. I don't want anybody to miss this tree.
No one's missed it so far. Everyone's bumped into it at least once.
Yeah, but you notice when they finish putting the ornaments back on, they always say it's a beautiful tree. That's because...
Company. Merry Christmas, come in.
And a Merry Christmas to you, my dear. And even to you, sonny boy.
Oh, thanks, Docky. Watch the tree, watch it.
Gee, I'm sorry. It's a little close between the tree and the doorway here. Where'd this ornament fall from, Molly? Did you notice?
Just hang it back any place, Doctor. That's it.
It's a beautiful tree, Molly. In fact, your whole house looks pretty. All the Christmas decorations and everything. This is a rough time for a bachelor, you know that.
Well, we feel pretty fortunate, Doctor. It's been a wonderful Christmas.
Yep, and I'm going to wind it up by taking her out to the snazziest place in town for dinner, Docky. Got any suggestions?
Oh, there are a lot of good places to eat. The swankiest place in town, of course, is that new English spot, Marlborough House.
Oh, I heard Mrs. McDonald, the president of the Third National Bank's wife, tell about it. They say it's great.
Oh, if it's good enough for the banker's wife, it's none too good for us, Tootsie. You know anybody there, Doc?
Yeah, Miss Callahan and I eat out there quite often. Mm-hmm. Know Lord Cobbleton very well.
Oh. Lord Cobbleton?
He's the maitre d'. Mention my name. He'll give you a good table.
Where, in the kitchen?
Oh, gee.
Well, that's what Doc considers a good table, right next to the roast beef. Right, Docky?
As a matter of fact, Ducktail, when I'm sitting across the table from Miss Callahan with the candlelight and the soft music, I don't much notice what I'm eating.
A likely story.
She's a pretty girl, Doctor.
Molly, if you could have seen her out there the other night in her new blue formal...
Formal? She wears her formal to dinner?
Oh, sure. Everyone dresses for dinner at the Marlborough. Oh, you'll love it out there. Well, I gotta get moving, kids. I'm picking Doris up in 20 minutes. We're going down to the Bijou.
Yeah, what you gonna see? What's the main feature?
Her beautiful blue eyes.
Oh, sure.
Merry Christmas, kids.
So long.
Well, I think the love bug has bitten a big chunk out of the doctor, dearie.
Yeah, you'll never miss it, kiddo. Hey, that Marlboro sounds like quite a joint, you know it? Don't say I never take you out, kiddo, because this is your night.
Wonderful.
I'll go upstairs and get out my tux and...
Oh, I don't know. That sounds awfully stuffy to me, McGee. It's only 5 o'clock. Relax a while. Let's think of another place.
Any place at all, Tootsie. You just name it, and by George, we'll have it.
Back to Wistful Vista in a minute. The tradition of religious freedom and of religious worship in America goes back to the very founding of our country. The cornerstone of our Declaration of Independence is the statement that all men are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. So in these days of world crisis, when our nation and all its citizens need spiritual strength and guidance, all of us should think again of what religion means to us and to our country. More than anything else, it is religious faith that protects our families, our homes, and our nation. It is religious faith that makes our way of life possible. And it is religious faith that makes that way of life worthwhile. The churches of America symbolize the belief that through community worship we can gain the moral strength and courage to lead a good life. Wherever you are, whatever your faith may be sure to attend and support the church or synagogue of your choice. Take your friends and neighbors with you to church or synagogue. Light their life with faith. Bring them to worship this week.
What about that new steak and chops place out on the highway? What do they call it?
The Chapadero?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's pretty far out. Traffic's probably awful bad, too.
I know. What about the circus room at the plaza? That's a popular spot. You know, the waiters wear clown suits and the maitre d' wears a top hat and cracks a whip.
Pretty noisy. It's noisy there, isn't it? I don't care much for dinner music played on a calliope either. I tell you what, let's make it the Ritz Vista, the sump room.
Swell with me, kiddo. This is your present.
Their food is the best in town, and the service is good. We could dance a little,
We
huh?
can dance all night if you want to. This is your night.
Oh, wonderful. Stir up the fire a little, will you?
I'll put another log on it. There, that ought to keep a while.
Nothing like a fire in the fireplace. Isn't it pretty?
Like I say, everything's going to be just the way you want it tonight, Molly. I'll dance. I won't argue with the head waiter. Won't make snide cracks about the food. I'll even tip the hat check girl without beefing. And we'll take a taxi cab, both ways. How's that?
Wonderful.
I just want to make this a perfect Christmas for you.
It is a perfect Christmas, dearie. You're the sweetest husband any girl... Oh, point killer. Come in.
Merry Christmas, folks.
Well, the same to you, Wimp.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Wimple. Come in.
My, your house looks so Christmassy. I love an open fire.
Sit down, boy. Here, let me take that big package off your hands.
Oh, thank you, Mr. McGee. I'm sorry I'm so late with your Christmas present.
Oh, now you didn't need to bother, Mr. Wimple.
Heck no, boy. You didn't have to buy us anything.
Well, you've both been so nice to me, letting me stay here while my wife was away and everything. I just wanted to bring you a small token of...
Small token, he says. Look at the size of this box, will you, Molly? From the silver shop, too. I'll get the scissors.
Oh, that isn't for you. That box is a gift my birdwatchers group just gave me.
Oh.
I haven't had a chance to open it yet. I have your present here somewhere. Oh, dear. I had it right here in my vest pocket.
Oh, well, don't worry. I
must have dropped them someplace. They were the cutest miniature salt and pepper shakers. 2 little eagles. The one with the bald head was the salt. Oh, I feel terrible.
No, so do I. From the size of this box, I feel bad, too, losing out on a fascinating gift like a bald-headed salt shaker.
Maybe they'll turn up.
I'll look at home, because surely they must...
Yeah, bring them by anytime, Wimp. No hurry. We're getting ready to get dressed now and go out right now anyhow. I'm taking Molly out to Christmas dinner.
We're going to get all dressed up and go to the sump room, Mr. Wimple.
Oh, that's a wonderful place, and very popular, too.
I only take my wife to the best spots, of course.
I won't keep you because you really should get started. I passed there on my way over here, and the lobby is jammed. People are waiting clear out on the sidewalk.
Oh, really?
You won't have to wait more than a half hour, though, because when they're crowded like that, the waiters work very fast, and they rush the customers through pretty quickly.
Oh, they do, huh? We've never been there when they were really crowded.
Be sure and watch out for the little jumpy waiter with the bald head. He snatches your plate when you get up to dance. Well, have a pleasant dinner, and Merry Christmas.
Well, thanks, Wimp.
Thanks, Mr. Wimple. Same to you. I didn't want to go to the sump room anyhow.
Me neither. There's plenty of better places in town to eat than getting your plate yanked out from under you just because you get up to dance by an eager waiter.
Of course there are.
Hand me that paper. I'll pick out the perfect spot, because for you, Tootsie, I want
We won't need the paper, dearie. I know just the place.
Good, good.
I've been thinking about it all afternoon. And there's only one place I want to be this Christmas evening.
Just name it.
Right here. At my own fireside. With you.
Yeah, but I promise to take you, Oh, gee, Molly. That's swell.
I'll call the delicatessen and order some sandwiches.
Good.
Put another log on the fire.
Okay.
Ah, what a wonderful Christmas.
Fibber and Molly will be right back. Each night, we at NBC take great pleasure in bringing you such fine programs as the Fibber, McGee, and Molly Show. For it is such programs as this that have throughout the years helped to build your confidence in the NBC radio network. When you set your dial to this station, you know that you will hear the finest of all radio entertainment. In sending these programs into your home for you to select freely without payment of any kind, The National Broadcasting Company and its affiliated stations always assume the role of guardians of good taste. When you set your dial to the station where you hear the familiar 3 chimes, you know that you will hear only programs which can and will be listened to and enjoyed by your whole family. And today, on Christmas, as on each day of broadcasting throughout the year, the NBC reaffirms to you its earnest hope that its programs will always be welcomed in your home and in all homes throughout America. Set your radio dial to the familiar 3 NBC chimes, your invitation to the best in radio entertainment.
Ladies and gentlemen, Molly and I hope you've all had as happy a Christmas as we've had this year.
And we hope all the days of your life are as happy as this Christmas Day.
Good night.
Good night, all.
NBC has brought you the Fibber, McGee, and Molly program, transcribed with Bill Thompson as Wallace Wimple, Arthur Q. Bryan as Dr. Gamble. This is John Wall inviting you to be with us again next Monday night for another visit with Fibber, McGee, and Molly.
Today's the day to start enjoying your new kitchen radio and the great lineup of shows on the NBC Radio Network.
The Fibber, McGee, and Molly Show. NBC and Tums bring you Fibber, McGee, and Molly transcribed. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Ralph Goodman and directed by Max Hutto. Fibber and Molly will be with you in a minute.
This is Don Wilson for Tums. Well, I guess everybody celebrates the new year each in his own way. Maybe you're planning to have friends in for the evening or going to a party, or perhaps you're planning a night on the town. However you celebrate, don't take a chance on having your evening spoiled by acid indigestion or heartburn. Carry Tums in pocket or purse. Then, if acid indigestion should strike as the result of overeating, overindulgence, or too much smoking, you'll be prepared for don't wait relief. No waiting for glasses, spoons, or water. No mixing. You take Tums on the spot, like candy, for safe, fast relief. And since it's the new year, get the convenient, economical 12-roll box of Tums for only $1. It's like getting 2 extra rolls free. Buy the single roll at 10 cents or the 12-roll box at $1. Get Tums from your druggist now. Tums, America's #1 choice for don't wait relief from acid indigestion and heartburn.
The big talk around Wistful Vista this week is the New Year's Eve dance and home-baked vaudeville show being thrown at the local Elks Club. Here's a local elk giving his wife a fast rundown on the situation right now.
So I says to Watson this morning, he's in charge of the entertainment committee for the Elks, you know, Watson is. Watson.
Yes, so I've heard.
They gave it to him because he's the executive type. Got a loud voice, a habit of interrupting people when they're talking, and a talent for getting everybody else to do the dirty work.
I see.
Also, he's got the kind of a face that if nothing else works, he can get a laugh by just poking it out through the curtains between the acts.
Well, what'd you say to him?
What'd I say to him? Oh, well, Watson, I says, I'm a busy man, and I don't have much time for that kind of stuff, but since it's for my brother Elks, I'll do it, so I'm going to do it.
Do what?
Be in the show that us Elks are putting on at the New Year's Eve party. I'll probably headline the bill. What do you think of that?
Well, I think it ought to be fun. You just let me know what you're going to be in the show, and I'll make you a nice costume.
No, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff, kiddo. I got everything I need right out here in the living room.
In the living room?
While you were out talking to the milkman, I brought my old vaudeville trunk down out of the attic.
Oh, no. You're not going out on that Elks Club stage and do the...
Right. The old act that I and Fred Nittany, the guy that him and I used to have as a vaudeville act together from Starved Rock, Illinois, together did in vaudeville. When he and I used to tell them funny jokes, like I'd say to him, I'd say to Fred, how's your brother? And he'd say, not so good. Got his arm broken 2 places. And I'd say, he ought to stay out of them places.
Look, dearie, There's a place you should stay out of, too. That's the Elks Club with those jokes.
Don't you worry. This is all proven material, surefire.
Oh, my.
When I walk out on that stage Thursday night, I'll be the hit of the show.
Well, let's argue that later, lover. Right now, I've got to get down to the grocery store or we won't have any dinner.
Okay.
I'll be back in a few minutes. Don't get into any trouble while I'm gone.
What you mean, trouble? What can happen in a few minutes?
That is a very interesting question. One I ask myself every time I go out, and there's always an interesting answer waiting when I get back.
Well, you just take your time. All I'm going to do is try on a few of these funny hats in my old vaudeville trunk. Want to see if they still fit me.
Be good. I'll be back soon.
Okay. Ah, there goes a good kid. Wives may come and wives may go, but not my wife. She's afraid to leave me alone for a minute. How can a guy get into any trouble just looking into an old vaudeville trunk? Well, look at this. My old Jimmy Durante nose. Well, still fits, too. Ha-cha-cha-cha. I got a million of them. Ha-get-get. Hey, whiz. There's my old beat-up felt hat that I used to hit Fred over the head with when a joke didn't get a laugh. Ah, those vaudeville days. Now I wonder who... come in.
Hi, mister.
Oh, it's you, Teeny.
I just came out. Oh, he did it, didn't he? He went and did it.
Who did what? What you talking about, sis?
Mr. Howell, he did it. He punched you in the nose just like he said he would. It's all swole out.
No, nobody punched me in the nose, sis. This isn't my nose. See? Just a piece of cardboard, like a cap.
Oh, gee, that's a swell idea, I bet you. I wish I had a hat like that for my nose so it wouldn't get cold.
This ain't a beezer bonnet, sis. It's one of the props I used to use when I was in vaudeville.
Where, mister?
Vaudeville, sis. Haven't you heard of vaudeville?
No, we're only up to Mexico. Our geography classes.
No, Teeny. Vaudeville ain't a country. It's a show. Only, hey, I tell you what. You sit right down here and I'll show you what vaudeville is, okay?
Oh, boy, a vaudeville. This'll be wonderful, I bet you.
Mm-hmm. I got a record here someplace that I and Fred Nittany used to open with. Oh, here it is. Let me turn this record player on.
Oh, boy, I love shows, mister. Go on, have the show.
No, not yet. Wait till I get off stage here to start. You can put the needle on the record when I tell you. I'll come on to the music, you see? Okay?
Okay.
Ready, on stage? Music. Okay, drop the needle, Teeny. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Thank you, Maestro. Thank you. You know, a funny thing happened to me on the way to the theater tonight. A man walked up to me and said, "Mister, will you give me a dime for a cup of coffee?" And I said, "I might. Let's see the coffee." Don't you get it, Teeny? I said,
What does that mean, mister? What does that mean?
No, you don't drink coffee, do you?
No. Did he want to sell you the coffee, mister? Because a dime...
I'm afraid this stuff's a little too sophisticated for you, sis. It's too subtle. You run along home and tell your folks to be at the Elks Club New Year's Eve, though, will you? Because when I walk out on that stage and start firing them jokes at them, I'll make history.
There's more fun with the McGees shortly. Democracy and education go hand in hand because each depends upon the other. The importance of education and good schools is an American tradition that goes back to the earliest days of our nation. The fact is, our whole way of life is based upon our public school system, and in a way, our pride in our schools is as important as our pride in our country. Today, a serious situation in our schools is arising, caused by an unprecedented increase in our population. Our schools must be made adequate in both numbers and facilities to take care of millions more children. In many communities, new and larger school buildings are needed. Classes are crowded, and there just aren't enough teachers to do a good job. In other communities, school facilities are old-fashioned and inadequate. It's up to every citizen to find out just what the conditions are in the schools in his community. If improvements are needed, join with others and see that those improvements are made. If you need help in improving conditions, write to the National Citizens Commission for Public Schools, New York City, New York.
McGee, I'm home.
Oh, hi, kiddo. You should have been here. I did part of my act for Teeny.
Oh, did she enjoy it?
Ah, she loved me. I told her a couple of my surefire jokes. You should have heard that kid laugh.
Liked them, did she?
Well, you know how kids are. Easiest audience in the world. Did you finish your marketing?
Yes, I brought along the things we'll need for tonight. The old timer will deliver the rest later.
Here, let me help you with that stuff. Set it on the sink.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Just hand me those things. I'll put them away. Celery.
Celery. You know, I've been going over this old act of mine.
Potatoes.
Potatoes. You know, looking over these jokes Fred and I used to do.
Corn.
Some of them maybe slightly. Oh, okay, corn, yeah. Oh, here you are. I got a problem telling these jokes, though, Molly.
You said it.
The trouble is, it takes two people to tell them, you know. They're questions and answer type jokes. Like I used to say to Fred, tell me, Schultz.
Schultz?
Yeah, we had what we called a Meyer and Schultz routine. I was Meyer and he was Schultz, you know. Except during matinees, we used to switch it around to break the monotony.
Oh, I see.
Tell me, Schultz, I'd say, do you know what kind of vegetable do you raise in the beer garden? That was after the C routine, you see. Then he would say, no, I don't. Tell me, Meyer, what kind of vegetable do you raise in the beer garden? And then I'd come back with the snapper. I'd say...
Stewed tomatoes.
Oh, you know that one.
It's vaguely familiar. Hand me that pot roast there.
Well, I got a lot of others. All just as surefire as that one you ruined by coming in with that snapper before I had a chance.
Well, I'm sorry, dearie, but that is an awful old joke.
Well, still plenty of people who haven't heard it. But that isn't my problem. My problem is I need a good straight man. I wonder who I could get. I need somebody with a kind of a hang-dog expression, you know, sad-looking. Sad-looking guy that'll get the audience's sympathy.
With those jokes, he'll certainly have mine.
Should be a guy with a good, loud voice that they can hear him clear to the back row on account of because...
Grocery boy!
Hey, the old timer.
Now, dearie, he's an old man. He can't run as fast as he used to.
Hi, daughter. Here's the rest of your groceries.
Put him down right there, old timer. I want to talk to you.
Oh, hi, Johnny. Sure, what's on your mind?
Old timer, I'm going to do you a great big favor.
Oh, dear.
Oh, you don't have to tip me, Johnny. Forget it. No sense you going through that whole business of looking through your pockets for change again. Last time you did that, it ended up with me lending you a quarter, and I can't afford that again today, so let's skip it.
I wasn't talking about that. How would you like to go on the stage?
Oh, not me, Johnny. I'm too old.
I told you, dearie.
Papa used to drive the stage between Abilene and Sandy Gulch.
No.
The way that coach used to bounce all over the road, it was all Papa could do to hang on. Got so he had to fill his hip pockets full of lead to keep from bouncing off. That's where that expression came from.
What expression?
Next time, try the train.
Oh, I wasn't talking about the stagecoach. I was talking about the entertainment stage, show business.
Oh, that kind of stage.
Sure.
You mean there's no business like show business.
Yeah.
Hey, go.
That's it. That's what I mean. That's it. Look, I'm going to do my great old vaudeville act at the Elks Club shindig New Year's Eve, and I'd need a good straight man. Somebody to tell the jokes to.
Jokes? Why didn't you say so, Johnny? I know lots of them. Have you heard the one about the fellow who saw his first cow and said, "Say"?
I've got the jokes all wrote out here. I just need someone to do them with me.
Oh.
And I think with the proper coaching, you might be the man for the job. I'm not promising you anything, but I'll give you a tryout if you're interested.
Okay, Johnny, when do we start?
Well, we'll try it out on these jokes right here first. You read the part marked Schultz. I'll be Meyer. We use German accents.
I gotcha. Go ahead, Johnny.
Tell me, Schultz.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where do you see "yeah" written anywhere on that paper?
Well, I was just playing along, Johnny. Getting in the mood.
Well, don't play along. Just read what's on there.
Okay, Johnny. Go ahead.
Tell me, Schultz, what kind of vegetables do you raise in the beer garden?
That's easy, Johnny. Stewed tomatoes.
That's my line. You're supposed to say I don't know.
Don't know?
No.
I've knowed that joke all my life, Johnny.
Oh, sure.
Papa used to tell it to us kids all the time. Says he heard General Grant tell it to the boys at the celebration party after they took Richmond. Grant says he got it from Washington's memoirs. Used to be one of George's favorites. Him and Martha
Never
used to
mind. Forget it. Molly, I'm going over to talk to Herb Travis. He used to pull the curtain for all the school plays. Maybe with a little coaching Herb could work out. This old fuddy-duddy. I got to find me a straight man for this act.
We'll say goodnight to Fibber and Molly in a moment. Christmas may be past, but the holiday spirit still prevails across the land. And on the wonderful programs of the NBC Radio Network, you'll hear this spirit reflected in great radio entertainment. Tomorrow night, for example, listen to the top comedy entertainment by that master marksman, Groucho Marx. You Bet Your Life is Groucho's show, and it's packed with good holiday listening as Groucho pokes fun at his contestants and offers them opportunities to share in the prize money. We know you'll enjoy You Bet Your Life each Wednesday evening on the NBC Radio Network. And we know you'll also want to be on hand for the fun-filled Great Gildersleeve program. Willard Waterman portrays the bumbling Gildersleeve, and the laughs come thick and fast as he wades into trouble as Summerfield's water commissioner. Then you're invited to sit still and walk a mile. Sounds impossible, we know, but you can do it tomorrow as you listen to Bill Cullen in the fast-paced Walk a Mile program. Keep your date with relaxing radio listening and set your dial right here to this station where you hear the familiar 3 NBC chimes.
Did you ask Herb to work in your act with you, dearie?
Yep. I explained to him what a great act it was, and he was real anxious to do it.
Good.
So I read him a few of the jokes.
What'd he say then?
Well, don't worry, I'll find a straight man. I'll get the right guy yet. Good night.
Good night, all.
NBC and Tums have brought you the Fibber, McGee, and Molly program, transcribed with Bill Thompson as the old-timer. This is John Wald inviting you to be with us again tomorrow night for another visit with Fibber, McGee, and Molly.
Make your kitchen chores lighter with the heartwarming shows on the NBC Radio Network.
The Fibber, McGee, and Molly Show. Every weekday at this time, NBC brings you Fibber, McGee, and Molly transcribed. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Ralph Goodman and directed by Max Hutto. Fibber and Molly will be with you in a minute. Recently, the Red Cross was called upon to undertake an immediate and dramatic expansion of its participation in the National Blood Program to make available all the gamma globulin possible for the prevention of paralysis from polio. Experiments conducted over the past 2 years have demonstrated the effectiveness of this treatment. It takes approximately 1 pint of blood to make an average dose of gamma globulin as used in polio. 1 injection protects a child for a period of 1 to 5 weeks following exposure. Therefore, there is an additional need for blood donations now in order that we may be able to do our utmost to safeguard our children during the epidemic period next summer. There has been no let-up in the need for blood for overseas and for the thousands of wounded men in our military hospitals still fighting for a chance to live. If you are an adult, call your local Red Cross chapter for an appointment to make a donation of your blood for the National Blood Program, which aims to supply the total blood needs of the country. Join the thousands of Americans who are rolling up their sleeves. Take pride in having helped save a life. Mr. McGee of 79 Wistful Vista needs a partner to help him do his great comedy act at tonight's Elks Club vaudeville show. He went downtown this morning to offer this fabulous opportunity for fame and fortune to Dr. George Gamble. And here he is back home again, muttering to himself.
That smart Alec. That wiseacre. How do you like that Doc Gamble anyway, Molly? How do you like that guy?
I like him fine, McGee, and I know you do too, no matter what you say, because
Makes me run through my entire act. Do all the jokes for him, even my song and dance. Then after I finish the shuffle off and nearly break my neck on account of because some patient's dad-ratted kid left a roller skate on the floor of the waiting room, then he tells me he's going to be busy tonight and can't do the act with me.
Oh, no.
Thanks for the show, McGee, he says. And good luck, he says. Because with an act like that, you'll need it at the Elks Club tonight, he says.
Oh, that's too bad, Davy.
That rat. Doggone it, who am I going to get to do my act with? Who?
You shouldn't have turned Mr. Wimple down yesterday, dearie. He did very well with the jokes, and I thought he danced beautifully. I had no idea he was so talented.
Neither did I.
That fancy dance step of his would have stopped the show. I don't understand why you didn't choose him.
He's too tall.
5'3"?
Well, anyhow, I saw Wimp today, and he changed his mind. Said he had other plans for tonight.
Well, I don't blame him. After he worked so hard learning your whole act and then you telling him you didn't want him.
Doggone it, I got all my equipment for my and Fred Nittany's old act here. The unicycle, my Indian clubs, my old mandolin, the little American flags that come out of my ears, everything.
But a straight man.
Well, I'm not stuck yet. I just figured out the perfect partner for my act.
Well, good.
Someone who knows these jokes by heart.
Someone who, even though there's only a few hours left to rehearse, can learn to do a time step, carry my Indian clubs for me, and for the finale, sit on my shoulders and hold up a picture of President Eisenhower while I ride the unicycle backwards because she loves me very much and will work real hard. So when I do my act tonight, I'll be a big success thanks to you, my own loving wife. Here's your parasol. Let's start rehearsing.
What? Now, wait a minute, McGee. I can't learn all that. McGee, would you get down off of that unicycle and listen to me? McGee, I cannot do this.
Come on, Molly. The show's already started. In this way, kiddo.
Oh, dear, Oh.
Thank you, Clarence Kramer and his musical balloon. Well, folks, how do you like the show so far?
Hurry up, kiddo, through here. Don't drop them Indian clubs.
My goodness, McGee, I'm so nervous. I don't think I can remember all those things you told me.
Don't worry, it all comes back to you when we get out there on the stage. Oh, hi, Herb. Yeah, we made it.
Next on our program, we have an act I'm sure you'll find very unusual.
Goodness, that's not us, is it?
No. You don't think I'd let Watson put us on at the beginning, do you? In show business, you always save the best for the last. We got the top spot. We closed the show.
Oh, I wish it was closed right now so we could sneak out of here and...
Hello, Mrs. McGee.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Spradley.
You look very cute with that straw hat and cane. Quite manly, really.
Oh, well, thank you.
Shh. No talking backstage, Mrs. McGee.
And now, through the efforts of Otto Brockhausen, owner of Brockhausen's Pet Shop at 14th and Oak, open Friday nights till 9, we have secured the services of a professional animal act.
You better move out of the way, kiddo. The animals come right through here. Follow me. I know my way around backstage.
I'm right behind you, dearie.
Okay.
Is the animal act ready? Good. And now, here they are, Chimp and Chump, the acrobatic chimpanzee.
Oh, McGee, we're out on the stage.
Hey, oh my gosh, how
Get
could I
off
do
the stage, McGee. You're ruining the show.
Look out, dearie. Look out. Here come the chimps.
Come on, hey, get that monkey off of me.
Stop and cut that chimp, somebody.
Hey, cut it out. Get him loose.
Chimp, Chump, cut out the fooling. Down, boys, down. Hey, get off of this stage, you stupid jerk.
This way, Molly. Them crazy apes.
Are you all right?
Yeah, but they nearly got my straw hat of all the silly...
Are you all right, Mrs. McGee? The monkeys hurt you?
Oh, no, I'm all right.
We're okay, Watson. I'm sorry I busted up the act, but you ought to have signs showing which way's the stage.
Oh, never mind that now. Come on, I'll show you your dressing room. It's downstairs.
You hear that, Molly? Our own dressing room.
You can leave your unicycle right there, McGee. It'll be okay. And I'd like to make a little deal with you. If you stay in your dressing room till I call you to do your act, I'll promise not to slug you with an Indian club. Okay?
Seems fair enough to me.
Okay, Watson. And if you promise not to stick your fat face in there while we're rehearsing, I promise not to slap it with a sandbag. Come on, Molly. Downstairs.
There's more fun with the McGees shortly. Greater happiness for more people. That's the result of many decades of proving that the American economic system is the best system in the world. Under this system, we have been able to outproduce every other nation, to turn out more goods and services per man-hour, and to enjoy a steadily rising standard of living, while our superior production has gone hand in hand with the preservation of our basic rights and freedoms. Here in America, each of us is free to work in the place and calling of our own choice. No man can tell us what job we must do. We are free to bargain collectively. We are free to contract about our own affairs, to own property, to start an enterprise, and to profit from our own inventiveness. We recognize that our system has faults, that we have ups and downs in prices and jobs, that we must work hard to improve our economic system. But we recognize also that it has brought more benefits to more people than any other system. Remember, under the American economic system, the better we produce, the better we live.
What time is it now, Molly? What time is it?
9:35.
You think I ought to run upstairs and see what act is on now on account?
They'll call us. Relax.
Okay.
We're not supposed to go on for another 20 minutes, and personally, I wish we could forget this whole thing.
Don't you worry. When we get out there on that stage and the crowd starts to roar, you'll love it.
That I doubt.
As long as we're waiting around, let's run through the gags again.
McGee, can't we leave out the jokes and just go into our song? Honestly, these jokes are just...
Now, don't you worry. You'll do them all right. You're just nervous now. Come on. We'll run through that opening gag again. It'll give you more confidence. Here. Now, hold this book in your hand. You ready?
Okay. Hi, Fib.
Hi, Ma. What you reading?
Reading about flies.
Flies?
Did you know a single fly can have 1,000,000 babies?
Yeah? Well, how many babies can a married fly have?
Oh, dear. I'm so ashamed every time I tell that horrible...
Relax. You'll fracture 'em, baby. And don't forget, after that joke, you get off stage, get the alarm clock, and get the gun, and then come right back on.
The alarm clock and the gun. And what do I do with that?
Don't you remember? Right after the opening joke, I go into When Irish Eyes Are Smiling, and you come running on the stage and shoot the gun at the alarm clock. I stop the song and I say, just a minute, what do you think you're doing? And you look at the audience and say, just killing time. I guarantee you that mob will scream when you speak them words.
10 minutes, McGee. 10 minutes.
Oh, thanks, Bud. Come on, Molly, I got the funny hats. Grab the Indian clubs.
Oh, this is just...
What's happening on stage now, Bud? Where are they? What's going on now?
You still got plenty of time. There's
Good.
one more act that goes on before you do.
Well, who's out there now? What act is it?
Mrs. Sprantley. She's reading a poem she wrote.
I didn't know she could write.
I didn't know she could read, that old powder pigeon.
Throughout the year, each day and night, keep up the good, good fight. And though we shed a tear or two, ring out the old, ring in the new.
Oh, Nellie barred the door. Oh, brother. I'm glad we stayed in our dressing room. If the rest of the acts were as bad as that one,
I'm just exhausted. I gave everything.
And that was plenty. Oh, brother.
Yes, fine, Mrs. Spradley.
And now, before we close our show with McGee and McGee's snappy songs and witty sayings, we have a new act that asked for a tryout on our show, and we're going to give it to them.
Hey, why don't they put us on? What is this, amateur night?
Please, dearie.
Well, what's the sense of wasting time with corny old stuff?
We bring you now, for the first time anywhere, that great new comedy team of Wally Whipple and Ducky Gamble, the Fun Boys.
What?
Heavenly days.
All right, boys, you're on.
What's going on?
Look at the silly hats they're wearing, dearie. Aren't they a dream?
Oh, yeah, very funny, very funny. But you can't hold that audience with silly hats, kiddo. You need sock jokes, that's what you need. Them guys won't last too.
Hello, Ducky.
Hello, Wally. What you reading?
Reading about flies?
Hey, ain't that hard?
Flies?
Did you know that a single fly can have 1,000,000 babies?
Yeah, how many babies can a married fly have?
Hey, that is our game. Show them the whole act and they steal my joke with those dirty...
They wouldn't do that, McGee. It's just a coincidence. I'm sure the doctor
When
wouldn't.
Irish eyes are smiling.
Oh, yeah? Well, listen to that. And here comes Wimp with an alarm clock and a gun.
Hey, just a minute there. What do you think you're doing?
Who, me? Just killing time.
That does it. I've heard enough. Give me that mandolin.
No, McGee, you're not going to break that mandolin over anybody's head.
Who said anything about breaking the mandolin? They're not going to top me, boy. I'm going to ride out there on that unicycle playing the Stars and Stripes Forever on the mandolin. And when them little American flags come flopping out of my ears, I'll get more applause than them guys ever heard in all their lives.
We'll say goodnight to Fibber and Molly in a moment. Tomorrow on the NBC Radio Network, you'll hear 3 great special events when you set your dial to this station. First, from Pasadena, California, NBC's top newscasters will bring you a thrilling word picture of the fabulous Rose Parade. This is the traditional celebration of the roses, and you'll be there via the magic of radio when you listen tomorrow on NBC. Later, from the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas, NBC will present a play-by-play description of the Alabama-Rice football game. This 18th renewal of the Dallas Classic will put Alabama's Southwestern Conference champions against Rice Institute's co-champions of the Southwest. And then you'll want to stay tuned as NBC will return once again to Pasadena, California for the Rose Bowl Football Classic. Tomorrow, you'll hear an evenly matched game between the Bruins of UCLA and the Spartans of Michigan State College as they battle for the honors of the Big Ten and the Pacific Coast Conference. Keep your dial set to NBC tomorrow for the finest New Year's Day sports coverage.
Well, McGee, that winds up another year. 1953 is just about finished.
Yeah, and me too. Hey, I wonder what happened to all the things I was going to do in 1953.
I don't know, but that's a familiar question.
Remember, I was going to give up smoking, be more polite to people, read some good books, and all stuff like that there.
I remember.
Well, it's sure great to have a whole, fresh, brand new year to do them things in. Remind me, will you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
NBC has brought you the Fibber, McGee, and Molly program transcribed with Bill Thompson as Mr. Wimple and Arthur Q. Bryan as Dr. Gamble. Also heard tonight were Peter Leeds as the Master of Ceremonies, Myra Marsh as Mrs. Spradley, and Jack Crucian as the man backstage. This is John Wall inviting you to be with us again tomorrow night for another visit with Fibber, McGee, and Molly.
Tonight, hear the all-night parade of bands on the NBC Radio Network.
The Fibber, McGee, and Molly Show. Every weekday at this time, NBC brings you Fibber, McGee, and Molly transcribed. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Ralph Goodman and directed by Max Hutto. We'll join Fibber and Molly in just a moment. Within the next 20 seconds, a fire will break out somewhere in the United States. Lives may be lost, property damaged, homes or buildings destroyed. Yes, there are 4,600 fires in America each day of the year. They kill 11,000 persons and disfigure or severely burn thousands more. The unfortunate part of this picture is that most of these fires could have been avoided. For example, 90% of all fires which start in the home can be traced to human carelessness. By obeying a few simple rules of fire prevention from now on, you and I can protect ourselves and our families from this devastating menace. Rule 1 is, don't smoke in bed or discard lighted cigarettes carelessly. Rule 2, clean out old newspapers, magazines, and other inflammable debris. Rule 3, promptly repair defective wiring as soon as you notice it. Fires won't wait until tomorrow. Rule 4, use only those cleaning fluids which will not burn. And last but not least, be careful with matches. Remember, it doesn't pay to gamble with fire. The odds are against you every time. The Wistful Vista Elks and their ladies ushered in the new year in fine style last night with dancing, food, and a big vaudeville show. We bring you now one of the stars of that show and his wife spending a quiet New Year's Day at home.
And I tell you, dearie, when you rolled out there on that stage on that one-wheel bicycle playing your mandolin, they applauded so hard I thought the roof was going to fall in.
Yeah.
When you rolled up to the edge of the orchestra pit and couldn't get the bicycle stopped, I thought you were going to fall in.
So did I. If I hadn't leapt off the cycle and took a bow right quick, I'd have...
I'll get it. 79 Wistful Vista, Molly McGee speaking. Oh, Happy New Year to you too, Herb. Yeah, it was quite an evening, wasn't it? Yes, he's here, Herb. For you again. You certainly made a hit last night.
Well, Natch, an old showman like me. Bring the phone over here, will you, please? You're standing up, and I'm tired.
Yes, dearie. You want me to hold it to your ear, or can you manage that part yourself?
No, I can hold it. Hello. Yeah, Herb. Well, I'm glad you like it, boy. Oh, it's just a little thing I whipped up after I watched a couple of acts and figured the show could stand a little class.
You mean after you heard Dr. Gamble and Mr. Wimple go out there and tell all those horrible jokes you were planning to tell yourself?
Yeah, well, he's a doctor, not an actor, Herb.
He did us a great favor when he stole those jokes of yours.
What'd you say, Herb? Oh, the finale? You mean while I was playing the Stars and Stripes Forever? Oh, I couldn't tell you how I did that, Herb. That's a trade secret.
How you did what, dearie?
Just a minute, Herb. You know, when I closed with the Stars and Stripes Forever on the mandolin, Herb wants to know how I got them little American flags to come out of my ears on the last chorus.
How did you do that? I've never been able to figure that out.
What'd you say, Herb? Oh, a friend of yours was there. Television? Well, now, tell him I appreciate the offer, Herb, but I'm too busy.
What, dearie? What's this about television?
A friend of Herb's was there last night and saw me do my act.
Yeah, yes.
Well, he just bought a new television, and he wanted to know if I'd like to come over with Herb and watch the Rose Bowl game.
Oh,
but I'm too busy.
Dear.
Yeah, Herb. Oh, I got a million things to do around the house today. Well, tell him thanks. Maybe some other time. Yeah, goodbye. Nice guy, that Herb.
That's the 10th call you've had today. Goodness, I'm proud of you, sweetheart.
Well, thanks, Tootsie.
Tell me, how did you get those little flags to come out of your ears, anyhow?
I'm sorry, Molly, but me and old Fred Nittany, the guy that him and me invented that whole routine, we made a solemn pact not to divulge any of the secrets of our act until 25 years after our death.
Well, forgive me for asking. I had no idea it was so involved.
That's okay. Oh, boy, I'm tired. We sure had fun last night, didn't we? Must have been 1 o'clock when we got home.
1:15. I think that was the best affair the Elks Club ever had. Of course, the show was wonderful, especially your part.
Oh, well.
And the dance afterwards. Honestly, I never danced so much in my life. Say, did you see Dr. Gamble out there cutting a rug with Miss Callahan?
Yeah, that poor girl looks scared to death. You know, when old Fatso starts jitterbugging, he looks like a dump truck with busted brakes.
Oh, I danced with him myself, you know. I thought the doctor was pretty graceful.
Graceful? Ha! Like a hamstrung moose, he's graceful.
Well, say, weren't Teeny and the old-timer cute as the old year and the new year, though?
Yeah.
At midnight there, when they did that.
Yeah, and the way Teeny kicked and hollered when her folks tried to get her to go home and go to bed. They had to chase her all over the Elks Club.
Well, if you hadn't promised to go along with them and tell her a bedtime story, I don't think they'd have ever gotten her down off of that balcony. If that's what the new year is going to be like, give me back the old.
Well, he was pretty frisky, too. The old-timer, I mean. Did you see him doing the tango? He was dancing with 3 gals at once.
I bet he's tired today. He really did overdo it. Somebody should have stopped him.
Did you ever stop a tornado? All you can do is run for cover till it wears itself out. And speaking of being wore out, I'm not getting up from this chair for a week. I feel like my mainspring is busted.
If we were smart, we'd have come on home to bed after Teeny's house instead of going back to the dance. She's probably feeling bright and chipper this morning herself.
Yeah, probably woke her folks up at daybreak banging on that drum she got for Christmas and hollering for them.
Come in. Well, McGee, look who's at the door with a snowball in one hand and a brand new sled in the other.
Teeny?
No.
Hello there, kids.
Oh.
Hey, Johnny, how about coming out and doing a couple of belly flops down Oak Street Hill? We can use my sled.
Oh,
What's the matter with him, daughter?
Well, we're a little tired from last night.
What'd you do? Go night clubbing after the Elks Club shindig broke up?
Oh, no.
Why didn't you tell me? I'd have went with you, kids. I was just getting wound up when the musicians quit and went home.
Oh.
What music? What fun? What girls? What time is it? I gotta go and meet Teeny and the kids. They're waiting for me at the top of the hill. So long, kids. Happy New Year.
What the heck was that?
I think that was last night's tornado that hasn't worn itself out yet. I don't know where he gets his pep, because at his age...
Back to Wistful Vista in a minute. The tradition of religious freedom and of religious worship in America goes back to the very founding of our country. The cornerstone of our Declaration of Independence is the statement that all men are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. So in these days of world crisis, when our nation and all its citizens need spiritual strength and guidance, all of us should think again of what religion means to us and to our country. More than anything else, it is religious faith that protects our families, our homes, and our nation. It is religious faith that makes our way of life possible, and it is religious faith that makes that way of life worthwhile. During this month of January, people of many faiths are joining in a great Religion in American Life campaign. Wherever you are, whatever your faith may be, you are asked to join in this campaign. Be sure to attend and support the church or synagogue of your choice. Light their life with faith. Bring them to worship this week.
Yeah, Watson, we had a swell time. Horse Watson, kiddo. Yeah, great.
Be sure and tell him what a nice job he did as MC last night.
What'd you say, Horace? My act. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm glad you liked it, Horace. Just a little something I whipped up before curtain time. Got a million routines, of course I have.
Tell him what a nice job he did as MC.
Yeah, I and Fred Nittany, the guy that him and me had us an act together from Starved Rock, Illinois, together in vaudeville. We played all the top spots.
Jerry, don't forget to tell him what a good MC he was.
Yeah, that was I and Fred's old finale I finished with. Used to play my mandolin sitting on old Fred's shoulders while he rode the unicycle. What'd you say? The flags that come out of my ears?
Oh, dear, here we go again.
Oh, I'm sorry, Horace. I'd like to tell you, but that's a trade secret. Can't give out any information on that on account of a pact I made with old Fred. Yeah, well, I'm glad you liked it, though.
McGee, tell him what a good MC.
Just a minute, Watson. What's the matter, Molly? What is it?
I said tell Mr. Watson what a fine job he did arranging the show and being the master of ceremonies. He was the stage manager and everything, you know. I think he'd like a little appreciation.
Oh. Say, Horace, before I hang up, I just wanted to say you did a good job yourself last night, too, though. Yeah, that's okay.
Good.
I think you done fine, considering that you got no show business background like I have, and naturally you didn't know your foots from your fly loft. I mean, like routining the show, you know. No real showman would ever put two musical acts together like that, but what the heck. You take a guy that he's a shoe clerk like you are and put him running a vaudeville show, and when you look at it that way, I think you did pretty good. Pretty darn good, boy. Yeah, because... Hello? Hello, Horse. Hello? Guess that flattery kind of embarrassed him. He hung up.
Well, you did spread it on a little thick.
Well, he deserved it. He worked pretty hard. Hey, say, where's today's paper? Have you seen it?
Yes, it just came a while ago. I'll get it.
Watch the Christmas tree. Yeah.
Oh, dear. Only 2 ornaments fell this time. We'll have to start thinking about taking this thing down soon. The needles are beginning to
Plenty
fall.
of time for that, Molly. Gee whiz, we did a lot of work decorating that tree.
Okay. Here's the paper.
Thanks. Hey, look at that, will you, kiddo? Sure looks funny.
Not a picture of you with those American flags coming out of your ears while you play
No, I mean this date up here. January 1st, 1954. Look at that 4. Doesn't it look funny?
It sure does.
Yes, this is the first day of the new year.
You make it sound like the news scoop of the century.
Ah, yes, a new day dawns. A new clean slate lies ahead of us, unmarked and unblemished. And by this time next year, thereupon will be written the future of our spinning universe in bold, clear letters.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm thirsty. You got a glass of root beer?
There's some in the icebox.
See who it is, Molly. I'm so tired I can...
Come in. Well, Dr. Gamble.
Hello, my dear.
Hi, Doc.
Too bad you didn't get here sooner. You just missed a bit of homespun philosophy that would have spun you around and sent you home talking to yourself.
Well, if he's in a philosophical mood, maybe I better not stay. He's bad enough when he's...
You ought to wonder whether to come into my house or not, you big chiseler, you joke stealer.
Me? I don't know what you mean.
Sit down, Doctor.
Look at that innocent look on that putty puss of his, Molly. Doctor, I've been wounded deeply. To think that you, my nearest, dearest, and fattest friend, would steal my act at the Elks Club. Steal 10 of my best jokes so that you and Wimple could go out there and tell them before I got a chance to, so I had to do a whole new act.
I don't know how to thank you, Doctor.
Well, believe me, kids, I learned my lesson. When Whipple walked out there and I asked him where he was going with those Coca-Colas, and he said he was taking the case to court, I thought they'd kill us.
And when he came back with a step ladder and said he was taking the case to a higher court, they should have.
Yeah. Believe me, I've learned that crime doesn't pay.
Ah, you guys just didn't do 'em right, Docky. You gotta be actors, boy, that's all. Now you take me and old Fred Nittany. We used to get laughs with that stuff all the time.
In 1923, maybe, but this is 1953.
54, Molly. A new year is here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's hard to get used to it. 365 new days.
Yeah. I wonder what this new year is going to bring us. Good? Bad? What?
Well, let's hope it brings peace and happiness. Let's hope that this year all the people of the world can come to a better understanding of each other's problems.
Yes.
Because if this new year can bring to all of us a new faith in the future, a new tolerance for our fellow man, and a little more love for each other, this could be the greatest new year of our lives.
Fibber and Molly will be right back. How about it? Have you broken any New Year's resolutions yet? Well, if you haven't, don't worry about it. There are still 364 days left in 1954. Plenty of time to shatter all those resolutions you've been badgered into making for the new year. Of course, we hope you can be the exception and keep all your resolutions this year, especially if you have resolved to work more enjoyment into your life in 1954. One way we'd like to help out with such a resolution as that is to send along to you the very finest of all radio entertainment on the NBC radio network. During 1953, NBC spent millions of dollars to bring you an improved program schedule. And during 1954, we will continue to bring you the finest of the available radio programs. So accept our invitation to be our guests whenever you want wonderful radio entertainment throughout this new year, whether it be comedy, music, adventure, news, or drama. Just set your dial to the spot where you hear the familiar 3 NBC chimes, your invitation to the best in listening.
Ladies and gentlemen, Molly and I would like to wish all of you a very happy New Year. Good night.
Good night, all.
NBC has brought you the Fibber, McGee, and Molly program, transcribed with Bill Thompson as the old-timer and Arthur Q. Bryan as Dr. Gamble. This is John Wald inviting you to be with us again next Monday night for another visit with Fibber, McGee, and Molly.
Now laugh with Can You Top This on the NBC Radio Network.
Forces Radio and Television Service presents the Bob Hope Show with Les Brown and his band of renown, and yours truly, Bill Goodwin. And now here he is, Bob Hope.
Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're at the Long Beach Veterans Hospital, which is about 25 miles south of Los Angeles as the crow flies, and about 20 miles south of Santa Anita as the doe flies. But over 2,000 veterans call this place home. At least that's what they call it when the nurses are within earshot. Nurse, that's the girl in the white uniform who can take your temperature and give you one, both at the same time. To give you an idea how cute the nurses are in this hospital, somebody hung a bunch of mistletoe in surgery, and they had to operate on one poor guy twice. Once to cure what was wrong with him, and once to get his lips unpuckered. These nurses are so cute, they even had to put a speed limit on wheelchairs here. Everybody wants a ricochet romance. But really, this is a great place, and I wish you could all see this gorgeous auditorium we have here. And I asked Colonel McBrien what time I could put on my show for the patients. He said right after dinner, Hope. That's the usual time for their sedative. Anyway, it's wonderful to be down here at Christmas and sharing the fun. The cooks here went all out for Christmas. They wanted to give the boys a white Christmas, so they bleached the beans. I'm kidding. Actually, they had a wonderful turkey dinner and topped it all off with a flaming dessert. Flaming dessert. That's better set fire to it, Max. Somebody goofed. And naturally, Santa came to Hollywood. He went to Red Skelton's house and left a joke book. Then he went to Les Brown's house and left a clarinet. Then he went to Marilyn Monroe's house and never left. But my wife has been hinting for a mink coat, so I have to do something about it. I gave her 2 minks and a book titled The Virtue of Patience. I didn't do very well this Christmas. Very well. I hung up my stocking. When I went to look in it, foot powder. But I got a few gifts. The boys in the band gave me some cologne. You've heard of Taboo. This is called Babaloo. You don't sprinkle it on. Desi Arnaz comes around and sprays you with a perforated maracas. I won't say it has a powerful scent, but as I was driving past Griffith Park, 2 skunks came out of the trees and yoo-hooed at me.
And now, folks, let's go back to this morning when Bob was at his home in North Hollywood working on his Christmas list.
You know, Christmas is getting out of hand, Bill. I've spent over $500 on presents already. Look at this list. My agent, $100 gift. My producer, $100 gift. Les Brown, $75. Imagine spending $75 on a band leader who doesn't even know the words to Shaboom.
I don't know. Les is a big band leader, Bob.
Yeah, thanks to me. When I met him, he didn't have a clarinet to blow in. He was tuning the sweet potato for Tennessee Ernie. And look at this, a $75 gift from Margaret Whiting. I'd like to know what she does for me.
Well, she sings a wonderful song.
So does Cass Daly, and I'd have somebody to shoot pool with. I didn't mean to blow my top, Bill, but if one more person tries to get a Christmas present out of me, so help me, I tell you. Hiya, Mr. Hope. It's just the mailman. Thought I'd walk right in because I got a lot of mail for you today. Merry Christmas. I always remember you, and I know you won't forget me.
Boy, did he pick the wrong time.
Well, I'll dump these letters on the table. There you are. Serving you as always, day after day. Like our motto says, neither hail nor snow nor sleet shall stop this courier from the swift completion of his appointed round. Is that the end of the commercial, or is there more? Well, I'll be seeing you, Mr. Hope, and hold this thought. When Christmas morn dawns bright and clear, and you partake of Yuletide cheer, think of all the poor mailmen from here to Nantucket soaking their pooped-out dogs in a bucket. Well, so long! Thank you, Nick Kenny. Thank you.
Well, see, Bob, now you'll have to give him a present.
Yeah, especially after that laugh he got. Well, let's see what he brought, Bill.
Well, plenty. Look at all these Christmas cards. Bob, who's that long, narrow card from?
Oh, that's from Gina Lola Brigida. It's the only way she could get her name on it. Say, isn't it a cute card? Santa riding on a big pizza pulled by 14 anchovies.
See, you know something? You sure do get a lot of cards.
Yes,
and
yes,
packages,
I know.
Bob.
My fans are wonderful to me, Bill. Why, I just mentioned on the air those Remington electric shavers that can shave the fuzz off a peach, and they sent me hundreds of them. Look at them all.
Yeah, I see them. But, gee, won't they rot if you don't put them in the icebox?
Yeah, well, the pits will come in handy anyway. I'm stuffing a mattress for Milton Berle.
Hey, getting back to your Christmas list, Bob, have you bought gifts for everyone?
Yeah, Bill, except my wife. I'm going crazy trying to find a present for Dolores.
Well, everybody has trouble finding a present for his wife, Bob.
Yeah, this is the only time of year I'm glad I'm not King Farouk. I sure wish I could think of a nice present for her.
Well, doesn't Dolores give you a hint of what she wants?
Well, usually. Last year she told me how beautiful Betty Grable looked in silver mink coat and dark glasses, so that's what I got her.
Oh. Gee, she must have flipped on Christmas morning.
She did. She thought I was going to get her the mink coat, too. Come on, Bill. Let's run downtown right now and see if we can find something for her.
Okay, Bob.
Let's go in this department store right here. I wonder if the floor walker could make some suggestions. Oh, excuse me.
Yes?
I noticed your striped pants and cutaway coat and that carnation in your lapel. Are you the floor walker?
No, I'm the chairman of the United Nations. I'm waiting for John Foster Dulles. His plane lands on the mezzanine any minute. What can I do for you?
Well, I've got to buy a present for my wife. Do you have any suggestions?
Yeah, how about a fur coat? We have a heavenly silver mink coat for $15,000.
No, that's too much.
Well, we have a blue mink for $10,000. Or a lovely ranch mink coat for $5,000.
Look, what can I get for about $200?
A shower curtain with 5 o'clock shadow.
Now, look, don't use that tone of voice to me. It isn't the gift that counts, it's the spirit. And besides, I thought you were supposed to be polite to people.
To most people. But there's 2 customers the store says I can insult any time I please.
Yeah, who are they?
You and Jack Benny.
Please, don't compare me with the Scrooge of Santa Monica. I'm a good customer here.
You were. We're a little leery of you since you brought those neckties in for a refund the other day.
Well, everyone exchanges ties.
Yes, but you were a little late with yours. They all said win with Landon.
So what? That doesn't mean they're old. We just bought a vacuum cleaner last week, and it says a clean sweep with Hoover. What does that mean? Look, all I want is some suggestions. This present doesn't have to be anything as fancy as a mink coat.
It doesn't?
No, my wife has very simple tastes.
Yeah, I can see that.
You must have got up on the wrong side of your hairdryer this morning. Now, will you please direct me to the less expensive gifts? I've got to get my wife a present.
Very well. Go straight down this aisle, turn left through housewares and notions, then turn right through cotton goods and straight on out.
Where will that take me?
To the sidewalk. The Salvation Army is right next door. You can snatch something for her off one of the racks.
I've had it. Somebody put him back in Max Factor's window. Here's Margaret Whiting with It's Christmas Time Again.
Snowflakes falling, church bells calling, it's Christmas time again. Fires lighted, kids excited, it's Christmas time again. Now Santa's sleigh is on its way with candy canes and toys and wonderful things that Santa Claus brings to good little girls and boys. Candle glow and mistletoe, it's Christmas time again. Carols sung and stockings hung, it's Christmas time again. There's a tree to trim, our glasses brim with love and joy and cheer. To all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New There's a tree to trim, our glasses brim with love and joy and cheer. To all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New
Now let's return to earlier this afternoon. We find Bob still shopping in the department store. Be careful in this crowd, Bill. You know, the first guy who bumps into you might be a pickpocket.
Oops, pardon me, Bud. It's crowded in here, ain't it?
Yeah, I was just telling my friend in this mob, you got to watch out for pickpockets. You know, in a crowd like this, there are all kinds of dishonest persons. They look as honest as you and me, but they're nothing but cheap, thieving crooks.
Well, heavens to J. Edgar Hoover.
Well, thanks for tipping me off, Buster.
Oh, no. I play it safe. I keep my wallet right here in my inside. Hey, wait. Wait, my wallet's gone.
Well, how about that?
Well, somebody picked my pocket. What'll I do?
Tell you what, Buster, you wait here and I'll run for the store detective, huh?
Okay. No, on second thought, don't bother. There wasn't any money in my wallet anyway.
No money at all? How do you like that?
What's the matter?
You just can't trust people anymore. Well, all right, I'll be seeing you, Buster.
Goodbye.
Well, before I go, do you mind if I make this pink chalk mark on your back?
Well, what for?
My brother's working this store, too, and we always try to avoid duplication. Go on, Buster.
So long. See you on Dragnet. Perhaps I can find a present for Dolores here in the jewelry department. Oh, clerk.
Yes, sir?
Are these bracelets diamonds or rhinestones?
Oh, they're diamonds, sir. Everything in this case is diamonds. Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like Bobo Rockefeller's deep freeze. Well, how much are these bracelets?
This one is $15,000, this one is $12,000, and then they go all the way down to those cheap bracelets over there at $6,000.
Cheap ones at $6,000?
Oh, they make a fairly nice gift if you have a servant or an upstairs maid to take care of.
I do, but I don't know her quite that well. Yet.
Well, you decide which bracelet you want, sir. I'll take care of that other customer down there.
Okay. Gee, $15,000 for this little thing.
What's it? Pardon me, Bud. Oh, it's you again. Hiya, Buster.
Oh, hello there.
Well, look at the pretty diamond trinkets that somebody left lying around. Now, if the wrong person came along, these could easily disappear.
Yeah, don't stand too close to the counter. You look like the type who inhales.
If you are trying to hurt my feelings, you have succeeded. Now, I will not stay where I am not wanted.
Goodbye.
Au revoir, arrivederci, and toodle-oo.
And now, sir, I can take care of you.
Oh, fine.
Now, which diamond bracelet, where'd they go? Why, they disappeared. You stand right where you are. Police! Police!
Now, wait a minute. I didn't steal those bracelets, and I'm warning you, I know the people who own this store. Where are you taking me?
Right into this office.
How do you do?
Oh, who are you?
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Hubert Updike III. I am the owner of this establishment.
Oh, well, I knew the people who owned it before. You must have just bought it.
Well, not exactly. Dear old Dad gave it to me for my birthday.
He gave it to you for your birthday?
Yes, Dad is so thoughtful. For my last birthday, he wanted to give me an ocean liner. He wanted to give me the Queen Mary or the Queen Elizabeth, but the Canard Company wouldn't break up the set.
Well, that's all very interesting, but I want to explain a very unfortunate thing that happened.
No, look, I have already been informed. We don't like thieves, and I can see by looking at you, you are a nasty one.
Now, wait a minute. I'm just as good as you are.
Now, please. No one is as good as I am. I'll have you know my family descends directly from Columbus.
From Columbus?
Yes.
Then what are we arguing about? I'm from Cleveland.
Oh,
there's a lot of happy losers here tonight.
Ooh, how vulgar.
What's the matter?
Well, how dare you compare yourself with my family? You upstart.
All right, so you come from one of the first families. Who cares?
We are the first family. In our set, George Washington is a wetback.
Well, okay, I'm sorry.
No, we're a very, very old family. My great-great-grandmother was the first person to step off the Mayflower. Poor old girl.
Poor old girl?
Yeah, she stepped off while they're still 50 miles from shore.
Oh, that is too bad.
Yes, what a way to go. She died with a clump of seaweed in her hair, a smile on her lips, and a bustle full of barracuda. Oh, but enough of this, I tell you. Kindly return my property, or I shall summon a blue coat.
Oh, now listen, you crew cut Fort Knox. I didn't steal a thing. It was that other fellow that was in here.
Well, if you'll just give us the name of your accomplice, I'll see that you get a reduced sentence. A reduced sentence, possibly only 5 or 10 years.
5 or 10 years? That's awful.
No. Dear old Dad knows the warden, and he'll get you into the part of the prison where the rich people go. Oh, you'll love it. Your own ticker tape, cell-to-cell carpeting, and it even has a contour electric chair.
Who are you trying to kid? Nobody's that powerful.
Well, Dad is. Dad is the richest man in the world.
Oh, yeah? How about Howard Hughes?
We have him down for a care package.
Well, how did your father get so rich? Is he an oil man?
An oil man? Oil. That's a lot of oil. You know the Flying Red Horse?
Yes.
Dad posed for it. Daddy has all the money in oil. It saves it from getting rusty.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but I don't know why I should be divulging all this to just an ordinary criminal.
Now, listen, Uranium Head, I'm not a criminal. I didn't take those diamond bracelets. I'm innocent.
You didn't take the bracelet?
Definitely not. Look at me. Don't I have an honest face?
You're weakening your case.
We caught this man shoplifting in the silverware department, sir.
Shoplifting? Me? Why, I was just browsing.
You were just browsing? Are you sure you didn't take anything?
Scout's honor.
He belongs to the Rat Pack troop.
Well, he does look rather uncouth. Turn out your pockets.
Now, wait a minute. There ain't nothing in my pocket.
Turn them out, I say.
Well, okay. When I browse, I browse. Now, stand back there, everybody. You see this gun? I am leaving, and if anyone tries to stop me, I'll blast them. I'll stop you.
Look out!
Oh, poor chap. You're in a bad way.
Yes, I know.
Why did you shield me? Why did you take the bullets instead of me?
Well, you own oil companies and stores and banks. Too many people would suffer.
And you?
All I've got is the Cleveland Indians. I'm glad to go. Here's a very beautiful Evans and Livingston Christmas number from Lemon Drop Kid with Margaret Whiting and yours truly, Silver Bells.
Busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air, there's a feeling of Christmas.
Children laughing, people passing, meeting smile after smile. And on every street corner you hear silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Strings
of streetlights, even stoplights, blink a bright red and green as the shoppers rush home with their treasures.
Hear the snow crunch, see the kids bunch, this is Santa's big scene, and above all this bustle, you hear
Silver bells, silver bells, it's Christmas time in the city.
ring-a-ling.
Hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Soon it will be Christmas Day.
The preceding Christmas program has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
The Abbott and Costello program, starring Bud Abbott and Lou Costello, brought to you by Camel, the cigarette of costlier, properly aged tobaccos. The Abbott and Costello program, with the modern rhythm of Will Osborne's orchestra, Iris Adrian, our singing star Connie Haynes, and spotlighting that chunky, chubby little cherub who, when caught asking a neighbor lady to take her shoes off because his Uncle Artie Stebbins said she had crow's feet, calmly said,
I'm a bad boy.
Well, Costello, where have you been? Why weren't you here fixing up the house for the party tonight?
Oh, hey, Abbott, I had to get down to jail to get my landlady out. You know, Mrs. Satchel Puss?
Yeah.
I had to get her out on bail.
What do you mean?
She got arrested for shoplifting. They finally caught her.
I thought she was too smart to get caught.
Well, she made a mistake. She stole an alarm clock and hid it in her bustle.
Well, how did they catch her?
Her bustle went off at 7:45.
Never mind your landlady. Did you send out the invitations for the party?
Oh, yeah. I got them right here. Look what it says.
What is it?
Lou Costello invites you to a Christmas party to be held at his home, B-A-P-O-B.
B-A-P-O-B?
Yep.
You mean RSVP?
Oh, no. I mean B-A-P-O-B. Bring a pound of butter. Oh, boy, what a party I'm going to have. My Aunt May will bring her cranberry sauce. That's her specialty. Aunt Catherine will bring her plum pudding. That's her specialty. And Aunt Eva will bring her 14 children. That's a nice family.
Yeah. Never mind your relatives. Look, forget about your relatives for a minute, Lou.
Yeah.
Did you remember to get souvenirs for everybody?
Oh, souvenirs.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm having favors for the girls. At 12 o'clock, I'm going to turn the lights off.
Oh, yeah. Any favors for the men?
What do you call turning the lights off?
Look, Costello, who did you invite besides your relatives?
Oh, a lot of movie stars. And I invited Lana Turner. And she kissed me.
Lana Turner kissed you?
The smoke isn't coming out of my ears for nothing.
Look, Costello, how about the tree? Did you get a tree? Did you get a tree?
Oh, did I get a tree? I got the biggest Christmas tree you ever saw.
Well,
I just got through putting it in the living room.
You did?
What a tree! It's 6 feet higher than the ceiling.
Well, it's a shame to have to cut the top off.
That's the way I felt about it, too.
Sure.
So I cut a hole in the ceiling.
You cut a hole in the ceiling of our living room?
Yeah, this will be the first Christmas we ever had a tree in our bathroom.
Look, what kind of a tree did you get? Is it a fir?
Oh, yes, it's one of those... What did you say?
I said, did you get a fir?
No, I got a tree.
Stop this silliness. I want to see your fur.
See my fur?
Certainly.
What am I, a silver fox?
No, you dummy. I'm not talking about fur, F-U-R. The fur I mean has an eye in it.
Oh, the fur has an eye in it?
Yes.
Just one eye?
Certainly there's just one eye in fur.
Must be I, J. Fox.
No, look. Please, stand still when I'm talking to you.
Yes, sir.
I'm talking about a fir tree.
Mm-hmm.
Now, will you quit talking about the fur with you in it? You doesn't belong in the kind of fur I'm talking about.
I doesn't belong in that kind of fur?
Oh, yes, I belongs in it, but you doesn't.
Why should you belong in fur if I doesn't? I happen to look better in fur than you do. I'm prettier than you. I'm cuter than you. You bad boy.
No remarks.
You bad boy.
Never mind. I'm trying to find out what kind of a Christmas tree you got. Look, wait a minute. Here, I've got it. What kind of bark did it have?
What kind of bark?
Yes. Didn't you notice the tree's bark?
No, I have my earmuffs on.
No. Idiot. Bark.
Oh, bark.
Yes. No. Costello, the bark of the tree is the outer coat. Did the tree have a rough coat?
No, but the girl who sold it to me had on a smooth sweater.
No, look. No time for singing, please. The bark is the coat.
Yeah.
You find it on the trunk of a fir tree.
A tree has a trunk?
Oh, of course.
That must be where he keeps his coat and fur.
No, Costello. I'm going to try to explain it to you. Now, all Christmas trees belong to the pine family.
Oh, no, they don't.
Oh,
this
yes.
Christmas tree belongs to me, brother.
No, wait a minute.
Let the pine family get their own tree.
Forget the pine family, Costello. I don't think you know anything about trees.
Who don't?
You don't.
I do. I raised my own trees.
Did you seed them yourself?
Did I see them?
Yes, I asked you, did you seed your own trees?
Yes, I seed them every day. I seed them this morning. I seed them last night. You can come over and seed them anytime you want.
How can I seed them when you seeded them first?
Look, Abbott, what have I got in front of my house?
Trees.
Did you seed them?
No.
Did I seed them?
Yes.
In other words, you looked at my trees, but you didn't seed them.
That's right.
Let me smell your breath.
I don't know why I spent time with you. I was trying to tell you about the pine tree. We get tar from pine.
We get what?
Tar. Haven't you ever heard of pine tar?
No, but I heard of a tree tar.
Tree tar?
Yeah, clang, clang, clang went the tree tar. Clang, clang, clang went the tree tar.
As a Christmas present to her Camel fans, lovely Connie Haynes repeats the song she helped make so popular.
With my high starch collar and my high top shoes and my hair high up on my head, I went to lose a jolly hour upon the trolley and lost my heart instead. With his light brown derby and his bright green tie, he was quite the handsomest of men. I started to yen, so I counted to 10, then I counted to 10 again. Clang, clang, clang went the trolley. Ding, ding, ding went the bell. Zing, zing, zing went my heartstrings. For the moment I saw him, I fell. Chug, chug, chug went the motor. Bump, bump, bump went the brake. Thump, thump, thump went my heartstrings. When he smiled, I could feel the car shake. He tipped his hat and took a seat. He said he hoped he hadn't stepped upon my feet. He asked my name, I held my breath. I couldn't speak because it scared me half to death. Buzz, buzz, buzz went the buzzer. Flop, flop, flop went the wheel. Stop, stop, stop went my heartstrings. As he started to leave, I took hold of his sleeve with my hand.
Thank you, Connie. I can't think of anything quite as pleasant as your voice. Except perhaps the smoke of camels on my T-zone.
The T-zone. T for taste, T for throat.
The zone where smokers test the smoke of any cigarette.
Right. It's with his own T-zone that each smoker must judge a cigarette. How the first cigarette of the morning tastes on your tongue. How even the last cigarette of the day feels to your throat. Only your T-zone can tell. That's how millions of smokers, forced to try many different brands when cigarettes were scarce, learned how good a Camel is. And that's why more smokers prefer Camels today than ever before. C-A-M-E-L-S. For Camels are the choice of experience.
Costello, what did we have to come downtown for? Oh, I gotta get some more spaghetti, Abbott, so I can finish trimming my Christmas tree. I couldn't find any tinsel this year, so I'm trimming a tree with spaghetti. And boy, does it look beautiful.
Oh, what's beautiful about trimming a tree with spaghetti?
Every time I plug it in, the meatballs light up.
There you go with that silliness again.
Hey, Abbott, look who's in the car. It's that movie actress, Betsy May Mucho. Hello, Miss Mucho.
Hello, boys.
Gee, I'm glad I saw you. I want to invite you to my Christmas party tonight, Miss Mucho.
Oh, I'm very sorry, but I have to go down to Los Angeles. I'm having a dinner party at the Ambassador Hotel.
The Ambassador Hotel? Oh, sure, Abbott. You know where the Ambassador is. That's the home of the Cuckoo Nut Groove.
Oh, it's going to be a thrilling dinner.
Yeah.
We're going to have crab louis and steamed clams.
Clams?
Yes. Don't you just adore clams?
No, I'd rather have a plate of fried oysters.
Well, I must be ski-dawdling along.
I beg your pardon?
I must be ski-dawdling along. Oh,
Well?
we the same.
Gesundheit. I sure knock off those Spanish words, don't I?
Well, that's one turn down for your party.
I don't care, Rabbit. I don't care if she don't want to come.
Well,
Here comes my girlfriend, Lena Genster. She'll come to my party tonight. She's madly in love with me.
Ah, there you are, you sawed-off Boris Karloff. Standing on street corners, flirting with girls.
I wasn't flirting with any girls, Lena. I'm saving myself for you.
Thanks, Fatso, for saving so much. I've got a bone to pick with you. I put some of that perfume you gave me on my hair.
wait a minute. I think it has a nice golden tint. What is it, Chanel number 5?
No, Chemtone number 7. Roller and all.
You little worm.
Please, Lena, let's be friends. I'd never desert you. I'd stand by you. I'm as solid as the rock of Gibraltar.
I can believe that. You're sticking out in the Mediterranean.
Look, Lena, don't talk like that. I was just going to ask you to come to my Christmas party tonight.
Are you kidding? I'm going out with Van Johnson tonight.
Oh, Van Johnson. You always talk about Van Johnson. Take away his blonde curly hair, and what do you got left?
I don't know, but you can deliver it to my house in the morning. Goodbye.
Well, there's number 2 that ain't going to come to my party tonight.
Hey, Costello, Bug, isn't that Mrs. Niles getting off the streetcar?
Oh, hello, Mr. Abbott. Do you always stand on street corners leaning on a trash can? Oh, that's Costello. I didn't recognize him. He looks like the third day of the lost weekend.
You know, I wish you hadn't said that, Mrs. Niles. I was going to thank you for that beautiful Christmas card I got this morning.
Oh, it really was nothing. It was merely a picture of me smiling.
I know it, but how did you get your teeth to spell out Merry Christmas?
Please. Now, stop that, or Mrs. Niles won't come to your party.
I wouldn't come to his party anyway. I always run around with younger people. It helps me to keep young. Oh, in fact, I dread to think of life at 70.
Why? What happened then?
I've had enough of you. Goodbye.
Well, it looks like you're not going to have any party. That's the third turn down you've had.
I don't care, Rabbit. Let's go home. I'm going to call up some of my other friends. I'll get somebody to come. Here, come on, let's grab this cab. Cabby, drive us to North Hollywood.
North Hollywood? What's the matter with Glendale?
There's nothing wrong with Glendale. I don't live there.
Oh, Glendale ain't good enough for you, huh? Go on, Costello. Say it. Glendale is a one-horse town.
Glendale ain't a one-horse town.
Oh, then why did I lose my job with the city street department? Go on. Go on, don't stand there. Say it. Tell people I'm not a citizen of Glendale. Go on, say I never even voted.
You voted.
3 times, huh? Go on, start a rumor. Tell everybody I got paid when I voted.
Melonhead, you didn't get a cent for voting.
Oh, the $6 they gave me was for a dog life. Oh, now I'm a dog, huh? Tell everybody I'm a dog. Throw me a piece of liver.
I wouldn't throw you my liver.
What's the matter with your liver?
All right, you tell me what's wrong with my liver.
Get a load of this punk. Now, he wants me to go to school for 4 years, study day and night to be a doctor, just so I can tell him what's wrong with his liver.
Melonhead, I don't want you to go to school.
Oh, you want me to be a moron like you?
Please, fellows, this is the Christmas season. Remember, peace on earth.
Yeah, Melonhead, why do you have to pick on me like this?
Yes, Melonhead. Haven't you ever heard of the expression, turn the other cheek?
Boys, you're right. I feel sorry for everything I said here tonight, and I'd like to turn the other cheek so I can feel the humility. Costello, will you please slap me?
You mean that?
Yes.
You mean... Oh, I slapped you before I should, didn't I?
All right, go ahead, slap me.
Okay.
Now, slap the other cheek. Here.
Are you kidding?
No.
Yeah.
Thanks, Costello. You know, nobody would ever believe that Melonhead would turn the other cheek. Costello?
Yeah.
Will you please write down on this paper here that I did?
Oh, sure. I, Lou Costello, slapped Melonhead on both cheeks. There you are. I suppose you're going to show this to all your friends.
No. I'm going to show it to my lawyer. I'll sue you for assault. I'll sue you for battery. Get me a lawyer. Get me a judge and a jury. I'll fix you.
Get me out of here!
25th century for the wisdom of Ethan.
Experience is the best teacher.
Yes, experience is the best teacher. When cigarettes were scarce, most smokers took what they could get. One day one brand, another day some other brand. What did that experience teach? Well,
actions speak louder than words.
Yes, actions speak louder than words. The actions of smokers today speak louder than any words about any cigarette. For after more experience with different brands than ever before, more smokers are asking for Camels than ever before. C-A-M-E-L-S. Camels are the choice, for experience is the best teacher.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a
Well, Costello, it's 12 midnight. Not a soul has shown up for your party.
I can't understand it.
I don't know.
Nobody showed up for my party at all. I thought my girlfriend Lena would surely show up.
Yes. It's a shame that you aren't going to get to kiss her under the mistletoe.
The what?
The mistletoe. Didn't you ever kiss a girl under the mistletoe?
No, I always kiss him under the nose.
Well, it looks like nobody's going to kiss you tonight.
Yes, Abbott. All my friends have deserted me. I'm just a failure.
Ah, no, you're not, Costello. You're a big success.
No, Abbott, I'm just a complete flop.
No, you're not, Costello. You're a great guy. Now,
no, Abbott, I'm just a sawed-off, little, ugly-looking dope. Well, don't stand there. Argue with me.
Oh, stop this, Costello, please.
I'm going to bed, Abbott. Good night.
Wait a minute. Aren't you going to hang up your stocking?
No. Santa Claus won't even come here.
Now, that's wrong, Costello. Santa Claus loves everybody.
He doesn't love me, Abbott. He don't. Santa Claus has never come to my house on Christmas since I was 7 years old. I was a smart aleck little kid in those days, just like some boys and girls are today. I went around saying I didn't believe in Santa Claus. If a kid come up and said he believed in Santa Claus, I used to say, you're nothing but a sissy. There ain't no Santa Claus. That's your father. But now I realize how wrong I was. I want to tell all the little boys and girls what happened to me. Let's all be children again. Let me take you back to Christmas Eve some 20 years ago. I'd been out all day playing with my friends Chowderhead Abbott and Skinny Niles. It was a beautiful Christmas Eve. Snow was falling, and you could see the lights on the Christmas trees and all the houses.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the one we used to know. Louie,
cloaking it, Ma. I'm trying to get the money out.
Well, there's no money in that cash.
Oh, yes, there is. Last night when Pa was playing poker, I heard him say, everybody put money in the kitty.
That's not for your father now.
No, that was kind of a sneaky knock. It's probably the Iceman.
Oh, never mind the door. I'll see who it is. You go wash your dirty face.
Oh, Ma, why can't I just go up and cover the dirt with powder like you do?
Merry Christmas, Costello.
Why, it's the little Abbott boy and the Niles boy.
We came over to tell you what Louis did. He came over to my house and asked my mother to bend her head down so he could see her horns.
You snitcher.
Why, Louis Costello, you naughty boy. Whatever made you think that Mrs. Abbott had horns?
I heard you say that when she got dressed up, she looked like the devil.
Yeah, Nanny don't. She did either, Miss Costello. Louis said my mother keeps a cat in the icebox.
Why, Mrs. Niles does not keep a cat in her icebox.
Then why does everybody say she's got a frozen puss?
You children, stop this arguing. And, Louis, you get ready for bed right away. Santa Claus may be coming along any minute now. Good night.
Gee, I can hardly wait till Santa Claus gets here. Hey, listen, Kenny. I hear sleigh bells. Yeah, and I can hear him walking around on the roof. He's getting ready to come down the chimney.
Who built that fire in the fireplace?
I did.
Do you realize that you gave me a hot foot?
That isn't the way I planned it.
Well, I'm sorry I'm late, boys, but I had to stop off at Betty Grable's house.
Why did you have to stop off there, Santa?
After spending a year up there in the cold north, he's got to thaw out someplace.
Quiet, Louis. Gee, Santa Claus, I hope you brung us kids some nice presents, huh?
Oh, yes, I did. I brought some nice presents for you, Buddy Abbott, and you, Kenny Niles. But as for you, Louis Costello, you've been a bad boy. You hear? A bad boy.
Santa Claus, did you have lamb chops for dinner?
I'll take care of you later, Louis. Here, Kenny and Buddy, here are your presents. Now run along home like good little boys.
Gee, thanks, Santa.
That's all right.
Good night, Santa.
Good night. Good night, boys. Good night. Now, Louis Costello, I want to show you all the black marks I've got down here against you in my book. Now, here's a report from your Sunday school teacher. She tells me you put fly paper in all the pews last Sunday. That you put a cat in the pipe organ. That you put Limburger cheese behind all the radiators. And then you put a cap from a Coca-Cola bottle in the collection box and took out 15 cents change. Now, what do you say to that?
I'm a busy little bee, ain't I?
Oh, silence. You haven't heard the worst. I see that a few years ago you flirted with a little girl in school. Is that true?
I'm afraid it is.
And is it true that you gave her your class pin?
What class pin? I was only 2 years old. I gave her the only pin I had.
All right. Let's let the whole thing drop.
That's what happened.
And finally, Louis, the biggest black mark against you is that you've got a book under your mattress.
Yes? Santa Claus, it's only a book about how to make tea the right color.
How to make tea the right color? What's the name of it?
Forever Amber.
Well, I guess that settles it, Louis. I'm afraid there's nothing I can leave you for Christmas.
Nothing? You mean just plain zero?
Yes, that's right, Louis. Maybe someday when you've learned to behave yourself, I may come back again. Well, good night.
Gee, I guess I'm just the kind of a boy my mother don't want me to associate with. Nobody likes me. Even Santa Claus can't stand me. Buddy Abbott and Kenny Niles both got presents, but I didn't get nothing. I'm going to write a letter to my mom and my pop, and then I'm going to run away from here. Dear Mom and Pop, when you read this, I will be thousands of miles away. Don't ever look for me because you're not going to find me. I'm never coming back. Maybe someday when I'm old, about 11 or 12. After I make $1 million, I'll come home and I'll buy a nice new dress, Mom. And I'll give Pop a new pair of overalls. That's what he calls his happy clothes. Please take the fleas out of my flea circus and put them back on the dogs so they won't get homesick. And don't forget to feed my little pet skunk twice a day. There's a clothespin hanging by his cage. I love you, Mom and Pop, but this is the best way out. Your loving son, Louis Costello. Boys and girls, that happened over 20 years ago, and Santa Claus has never come back to see me to this day. Please, kiddies, take a lesson from me and be good boys and girls, so that next Monday night, Christmas Eve, you won't be waiting for Santa Claus that didn't come like I've been waiting for all these years.
Oh, come, Lou. I guess we'd better go to bed.
Well, look, the Abbott, it's Lena, and Connie Haynes, and it's Melonhead, and Ken Isles. Oh, boy, you all came to my party.
Yes, and I'm here too, Louis.
Santa Claus, you finally came, and you even brought your horse with you.
What horse? It's me.
Pardon me, Mrs. Niles. Gee, I didn't dream that anything like this was going to happen. I thought that nobody cared about me anymore. I was dreaming of a sly Christmas. I thought my friends had passed me by.
Why, you know, Costello.
That you're one fellow that we all think
You are loved by both the kids and old folks, though you have whiskers on your jokes.
May your life be merry and bright.
And may all your Christmases be. Help me, Mrs. Niles.
We'll be back for Camel Cigarettes in just a moment. And now this week's salute in the new series of salutes to the men who won the victory.
Tonight we salute the 66th, the Black Panther Division, heroes of L'Alliance Saint-Nazaire and the Army of Occupation. In your honor, men of the Black Panther Division, the makers of Camels are sending to other servicemen still overseas 500,000 Camel cigarettes.
Each of the two Camel radio shows thus honors the different units of the Army, Navy, Marines, and Coast Guard, a total of 1 million Camels sent free each week. Camel broadcasts go out to the United States twice a week, are rebroadcast to practically every area in the world where our men are stationed, and to our good neighbors in Central and South America. And now, here are Bud and Lou with the final word.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, Abbott, wait a minute. I don't see that guy here that always yells, "No, no, not that." You know,
here, Costello. I didn't want to spoil the Christmas spirit on your show tonight.
Oh, that's awfully sweet of you.
I also want to thank you for that lovely present you sent me. That's the best game I ever played.
Game? I didn't send you any game. I sent you an autographed picture of myself.
How do you like that? My wife and I sat up all night trying to pin a tail on it.
Good night, folks. A Merry Christmas to everybody.
Yes, Merry Christmas to everybody. And don't forget to buy another Victory Bond at your local theater. Merry Christmas to everybody in Patterson, New Jersey.
Be sure to tune in next week for another great Abbott and Costello show brought to you by Camel Cigarettes. And remember, try Camels in your T-zone. See if they don't suit your taste, your throat, to a T.
Just 4 more days till Christmas. Are there still any blanks on your gift list? If you know a pipe smoker, here's a grand answer. The colorful Christmas tin of Prince Albert tobacco. It holds a full pound, 400 pipefuls of the world's most popular pipe tobacco. The tobacco that's crimp cut for slow, cool burning. The tobacco that's processed to remove bite and sting before it's packed. And you won't have to shop around for that present. You'll find the Christmas tin of Prince Albert most everywhere tobacco is sold. And be sure on Saturday night to tune in the great Prince Albert radio show, Grand Ole Opry, Coast to Coast on NBC.
The Abbott and Costello Show for Camel Cigarettes will be back at the very same time next week. Don't miss it. This is Ken Niles in Hollywood, wishing you all a pleasant good night. This is the National Broadcasting Company.